Forgot to take the thing off. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Jacob.
I'm Beatty.
And together we are the Butter Bunch.
The Butter Bunch.
I just had to establish
it's funny. No. This one was me. Now, what's interesting is that as we've shown, we've been at each other, right? What's interesting as well is that despite us using the same account, it still lets us remove each other as well, which I kind of love. It's like, hey, it's the same account, but there's no discrimination at all. It's like, yeah, they'll just remove themselves, I guess.
I mean, yes. The way that you just brought that up right now kind of seems like you're planning something, but okay.
Oh, no, you were looking away. I removed you from the screen for a few seconds.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. That's the context I was missing here.
I didn't realize you're looking away, so I didn't get the reaction I was looking for. So
I thought that was the intention, that I was looking away, and therefore that's why you decided to do it then.
No, I just wanted to see if I can get something comedic out of it.
Well, yeah, probably. I was gonna say do that when the cameras are rolling, but yeah, okay, fine. Speaking of rolling,
they are rolling. I did.
Yeah, a very Potter senior year is today's today's video. Well, part of it is. I have specifically cut this video like at a part that I thought would make the most sense to end at, rather than the end of rather like the midpoint of Act 1, because Act 1 actually is 2 hours long, which is about the length of the average StarKid musical in general. I never realized that before, because this video is also, or this musical, I guess, is split into parts on the Team StarKid channel, the same way that the other ones were. However, they weren't beholden to the former YouTube time limit by this point, because YouTube themselves had abolished that by this stage. So some of the parts are 10 minutes, 9 minutes issues, whatever. One of them, I think, in Act 2 is 3 minutes, and the longest one in this one is almost 17, I think. So yeah.
It's interesting, right?
Quite know why they split them.
How different do you think? Like, what butterfly effect do you think this would cause if YouTube never got rid of the time limit? So therefore, those like 24-hour lo-fi girl streams just don't exist.
Oh, it's not just that.
What happens?
It wouldn't be just that. The butterfly effect would be far more catastrophic than that, because the reason I think YouTube got rid of that is because they wanted to prioritize watch time so they could get more ads, which makes perfect sense. They changed the algorithm around 2011, 2012, I think, anyway, because that's when they decided to shift that priority, which of course is actually what led to, for the most part, the rise of Let's Plays. So we wouldn't have a lot of the top gaming creators that some of which are still as prevalent to this day without that. Which also means that a lot of the major cultural franchises that have started from those things, like FNAF, for example, that came up that's benefited from that, would have fizzled out long ago. Some people might say for the best, but others, others would definitely not. And also,
really.
Yeah, and from gaming, a lot of where we got a lot of the first commentators, like commentary channels as well, which kind of led into honestly what we do nowadays as well, is on top of that. And even to get into specific examples, the whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing in 2018 wouldn't have happened. The rise of Minecraft also wouldn't have happened again. Therefore, the Dream SMP and all of that stuff that came out from from the impact of 2020 so much also would not be a thing. Like the more that you think about it, the more stuff is like, like that one shift like changed so many things across the entire world almost single-handedly.
Silly
Like,
YouTube
broke so
sitting
many
here.
careers.
Silly YouTube sitting here thinking, I want more ads, and then going, I have an idea that can benefit both me and the creators. Get rid of the time. And then, silly them. If only they knew that later on they could just get away with adding in 3 ads before, middle, and after each video and call it a day.
There is also that. I mean, YouTube is actually now trying to make video content shorter because they've realized that that there's a trade-off because now it's mostly about viewer retention rather than just like the general watch time. So that's why when I'm saying things like, oh yeah, we better like hurry this up, because I don't want the videos to be super long. Hello, Aiden. Ironic that you appeared right as I'm talking about making videos super long.
I can make this video extra long if you want.
That is what I was implying. Yes. But yeah. Now they're shifted away because they realize that people's attention spans have gotten so much have gotten so much shorter over the years. And that's also why.
But I would also. Yeah. I would also argue that it's YouTube's fault because, yes, on one hand, totally things like TikTok absolutely altered a bit our brain chemistry in ways that are probably not great. But I will say I've clipped off so many. Shorts. Correct, but I will also say that I never really fell into that trap, and I also just click off videos all the time now. It's like I don't watch a lot of new creators because oftentimes I'll try to go to their stuff, and it's just bombarding with ads that I can't even skip, and it's just like whatever. So I think on one hand, it's also YouTube's own. I also say like you as you in general are somewhat of an exception to that. I mean, in certain circumstances, under certain conditions, yeah, like if you're really, really invested in something, you're going to want to watch the whole way through. Like, say, for example, like a D&D campaign of some kind. Sure. Whereas a person trying to get into it, like Legend of Adventures, for example, have leveraged this a lot. Like the way that they blew up is through the use of TikTok and YouTube Shorts, clipping their best moments so people will want to click on the other videos for the context. That's what happened to me. I definitely fell for this, and now that some of the like the long form content that I have like in the background, sometimes most of that is them for that reason. Sure.
So they realized that. In fact, if anything, YouTube had to relearn this because like before they changed the algorithm in 2011, they like the shorter videos were some of the ones that went the most viral. Like one of the earliest viral videos, one called "Go Bois," which is just a child like yelling to a dog, "Go!" and then like the leash being tugged, going "Bois!" like that. 5-second long video, millions of views. One of the earliest viral piece of media. Like Numa, second most viral video of all time. Like 2 minutes long, not even the full song, not even the full Dragon Starting Day. It's like twice the same length. So yeah, that's
we'll see.
That's another thing.
But see, and this is the thing though, like I've just accepted them or have to watch ads. Here's the thing, and that's the issue, that no one can afford or wants to, for whatever reason, do things like premium or whatever. And it's just like I will watch stuff that like for instance with the D&D example, I'll go and watch Dimension 20. Sure, no problem. I know I like them. I know I enjoy the content. Maybe it's worth the wait. Whatever. But I'm not gonna. But I'm so much more wary if I see a new like D&D podcast in my suggested box, right? And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go check it out. And then I get the ads. It's like, oh, never mind. And then I just don't. I think, and I would like to entertain more small creators, but I think that.
Yeah, so what you just described there is the disadvantage of the long-form content in the first place. And also, to be honest, what is holding us back as small creators ourselves. Because our content ends up being so long, but partly because of times like this, I realize the irony. I understand.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yes, I get that. But because our content is so long in general, like people aren't going to give us as much time. So that's like the first part of a YouTube video is usually the part that that like is meant to like entice them. So like for live streams, that's a bit of a difficult situation because obviously you're still setting things up, but you kind of give people leeway for that reason. We've overstayed our welcome on numerous occasions in that same way. But yeah, like exactly the same thing that you have the apprehension for with those smaller creators is exactly what people have towards us, and that's what holds back a lot of the other stuff that we do that isn't, especially the non-StarKid stuff, because it doesn't have the existing fan base that have already a bit grown accustomed to that. Going back to StarKid, I guess. Okay, yeah, maybe that's why at this point this was the last one I think that they did that came out in parts originally, rather than just uploading the full musical. I mean, by this time
the next ones came out, second part? I didn't that this first part, because you mentioned this first part was like as long as they're average musicals in general, and so I'm kind of curious, is their second part as long? Is it like astronomically shorter?
I mean, I don't think it is that much longer because it has 7 parts rather than 11. But again, and one of them is 3 minutes long. I didn't do all the calculations, but I'm pretty sure the second act is in fact shorter. Part of the reason for that could be that this one didn't end up getting compressed and cut as much, because this one is going to be a bit different to what we're used to. So what happened with this one is that they only had 2 days to rehearse. So what we're seeing here is a performance at a convention that is essentially a somewhat choreographed script reading. To the point, and I think actually Darren Criss only got was just handed the script right then and there, to some extent, which is why there's Darren Criss breaking character compilations from this musical specifically. Like, all the songs are there.
Was there ever just like a proper version, like the previous versions filmed, or no?
I mean, if there were, I'd be showing it to you now instead of this one. So unfortunately, that's not the case.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
I mean, yes, but but to be honest, given the direction that everyone's careers took, in fact, from what I've heard, also the original Hermione also had a baby apparently. So the fact that like everyone was like living their lives at this point, kind of there's meant to be like, yeah, it's a miracle this even happened at all, to be honest. And there were some pretty cool surprises in this one as well. And in that vein, actually, the first cool surprise happens pretty much instantaneously when we start this.
Is Umbridge here? It's my queen, Umbridge. Listen.
Hold on, we'll get back to that. Apparently, I was wrong. Apparently, this was cut down. Originally a 5-hour show. Oh. So I think the 3 hours that we got apparently is okay. Damn. Interesting. Which makes me wonder what they cut, to be honest, because it's already.
This is the Zack Snyder of musicals.
Well, if anything, it'll be the Joss Whedon, because this is the shortened version.
Oh,
we need the Snyder cut. Where's the Snyder cut?
Okay, no, Aiden, you make that joke as if it's just DC, dude. I don't know if you saw like his recent like sci-fi shit that no one else did. So
you mean?
Yes. What was it? Red something? No, that's the bad Christmas movie. Whatever. The Star Wars ripoff that he did recently.
Wait, he made a Star Wars ripoff? Damn.
Yeah.
Red Moon. Either that or Red Moon is just the ship name for Ron Weasley and Luna Lovegood, and I'm
actually that's a pretty good ship name.
Yeah,
but no, so he did, hold on, and it was already pretty long, and then this was all him, and then he releases. He's like, oh, well, there's also this rated R cut that I have sent around, and so then he released that, and it was like even more hours long. Zach just has this thing where he will just release things shorter, I guess, and then he'll release
what it was called.
Rebel Moon. That's the one. Yeah, Rebel Moon.
I've already got Harry Potter on the brain, so there we go.
Hey man, it's gotta be better than fucking Snyder shit recently. But man, no, he just likes releasing super long things. But I will also say that things in general have been
well, I
getting
mean, the
longer
success
as far as
of the Justice League Snyder cut kind of was like, okay, we're gonna leverage that marketing now. We're gonna intentionally make a Snyder cut of a Snyder film and see how that goes. And of course, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Think of
But
film-
there is
yeah.
also just the fact that like movies have gotten longer. Because like, you know, during like our parents and all that, or even just like our generation, it was you know, you had your hour 30, then you had the 2 hours, and that was the norm for a while. And then In-Game came out, and that was 3 hours, and then more things are doing 3 hours. And
Yeah, part 2
you know.
apparently was 3 hours, I think.
Wait, part
Anyway.
2 of a film, a part 2 of a 2-part film duology thing. It's 3
Correct.
hours. Damn, not 3 hours in total. Just
I mean,
2 hours.
okay. In all fairness to this bit, have you seen the size of the book?
No, actually, I've not seen the size of it.
It's fucking massive, and these 2-parters still don't even include everything.
Okay, well, to be fair, they excluded a certain plot point, which I'm glad they excluded. The post-trauma
miniseries also excluded that part because
the post-trauma group thingy.
Yeah,
that was not why they did that, but sure. They
I
did
thought
it.
it was because they needed to relax after what happened with it.
That's not even remotely why they did that. The reason that was shot out by Stephen King to make that seem like a good scene to have in the book was the idea that they're going in for this big battle, so they needed to be like mature and grown up or whatever.
They didn't die a virgin.
No, it was so that way they can prove their maturity or whatever. And so they all had a big orgy in the sewers.
Yeah. Why was that?
It's not a good reason, but that is the reason. It wasn't as simple as like, oh, they just wanted to have fun time. It was because it was meant to be a symbolic representation of their immediate maturity.
Why couldn't it be why couldn't it just stay symbolic? You didn't have to become
no. That part's still technically symbolic, I suppose. It's just, you know, the way that they did that little ritual was a bit much.
God. I'm so glad that never got adapted because that would be horrifying.
But they also cut, and that's not so bad that they cut out. I will say they did cut out a lot of the elements of like Derry's racism and all that, and that actually was pretty important to like the world and story, and how it affected that one.
What I recall, the miniseries had at least a few of those in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so speaking of movie adaptations, I guess I had like 4 other segues that were far more significant than this. I didn't expect to have it become up in conversation.
We love it anyway.
But apparently you do. I was unaware of this.
Not really. I mean, I'm kind of
to
iffy on it, but it's all right. I don't like clowns.
Great. So a question for both of you, because I know that you two aren't the hugest Harry Potter fans and never were. Have you at least seen any of the later 4 movies from the original octology?
I think the last one I saw was Gauntlet of Fire. I think I saw Gauntlet of Fire. That's
so
it. Up to that. So I know from Aphmau that part 1 of the Deadly Hallows was camping the movie, where they were in the woods most of the movie.
Yes. pretty much, yes. Phoebe, what were you going to say?
I am generally blind to it. This is one of those things where whenever I was younger, it's a big popular thing, and then I was like, maybe I'll get into it, and then I never really felt the huge need into. And then all the big stuff with the author happened. By that point, I was like, well, this doesn't seem like that exciting a franchise, anyways. I'm just gonna skip it.
Okay, whatever. Like, okay, I'm just the reason that I ask is because something happens very, very immediately, and if you haven't seen the latest 4 movies, it's going to mean absolutely nothing to you. So I look forward to that nothing reaction instantly. So without further ado, on with the review.
Yeah, you know, Aphmau was such a good writer. Like, she wrote Harry Potter, not some other woman. Aphmau wrote Harry Potter now.
Whoa.
I'm making that
canon. You know, I actually looked up Aphmau Harry Potter like years ago, and she had like one video. It was like a Hunger Games adaptation, like Minecraft Hunger Games Harry Potter edition. That was the only Harry Potter thing she ever had. Anyway, so yeah, also 12, a Harry Potter fan question called LeakyCon. which by the way is the Leaky Cauldron, in case people weren't aware.
Leaky Con.
It's the name of a pub.
That sounds dirty.
Is it because it's a play on the Leaky Cauldron, the pub, like like a cauldron.
Oh god, that reminds me. A friend and I were like, "Oh, hey, are there any gay bars nearby?" Because we were talking about going to one, maybe it's like a joke or whatever. And they were like, "Well, actually, are there?" And so we looked up one, and there was one within like 3 hours or whatever, and it was permanently closed.
Oh no!
Guy's night was ironic. Okay. So StarKid Productions performed a stage reading for the third and final installment of the Harry Potter musical series. This is the recording of that stage reading, cut down apparently. So yeah. Alright, Harry Potter senior year. They're already cheering. They're already cheering. Again, the thing that happens means a lot to people who are aware of what the
Scene one.
Right.
A dark stage. We hear the ding of an elevator as it comes to a stop. An elevator voice says, "Bottom floor, the Department of Mysteries."
Lumos!
There we go.
I don't get it. Okay, British blonde girl says Loomis. Loomis is a werewolf, obviously, because of the name. I talked about this a lot. Loomis is such an obvious werewolf name. Apparently, his family was like werewolf hunters as well.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Aiden. You're thinking of Remus and Lupin. It's not. Lumos is a spell.
Well, oh.
Lumos is the light
Man, you guys
spell.
want to say that I'm confidently wrong.
You are, BB. To be fair, BB, you are.
I don't want to hear it from you, fucking I'm Luna, the most obvious of werewolf names. I knew this from my way. No, obviously.
Yeah. But there are like fan theories of Luna being a werewolf, but that's never actually confirmed.
Wait, Luna? I didn't know Luna for Fallen Angels was here. Where is she at?
She's right here in front of the screen right now.
Luna,
played by the same actress who played the same actress who played her in the movies, and that is why this means nothing to you and why I asked about that.
Yeah, Luna, you don't look how you did in my show. What happened to you? What happened, Luna?
Yeah, she also doesn't look or act anything like the Luna that we got at the end of a Harry Potter sequel, who apparently had a thing with Draco, or was implied to start a thing with Draco. It seemed we had to mirror him the opposite way, and also wear a diaper. And that's what we knew about her. Yeah. None of that comes up again in this one. Probably because as soon as they were like, apparently the actress who plays Cho Chang-yeol, the one I keep forgetting the name of, is friends with Ivana Lynch, and that's how they got her for this. I'm guessing that they didn't mention the diaper.
I would hope not. Like,
they probably were like, let's forget that happened.
Let's ignore that. That's in the corner.
Let's forget that running joke that went on for 2 musicals never happened.
Oh no, just Luna. Luna had the diaper.
Well, no. It happened with Draco for 2 musicals. It happened with Luna for the end of one of them.
Oh.
Thank you, Devin Light. That's Cho Chang-yeol.
Sorry, it's a nervous tick. I slow down whenever I have to hurry up.
Wow, we're here! The Department of Mysteries. Isn't it wonderful?
I love how she's just reading the script. Oh god, she's like, oh yeah, script. Yeah, we're here.
Yes, I loved it in a script reading that for a musical with 2 days of rehearsal that she's reading the script. Who would have guessed?
It's funny to me though, because like if we're looking at this as other StarKid productions, imagine during Gauden like musical. Paul just
I will say this is
like think about the implications.
Now that I see them doing this, I kind of wish this was just what they did for Nightmare Time 2.
Oh yeah, how to be like.
Well, I mean,
pretty cool.
Honestly, some of Nightmare Time 1 felt like that.
Yeah, but they weren't on stage.
Either way, yeah, they weren't on stage for either Nightmare Time.
I know, that's what I'm saying. For Nightmare Time 2, they could have done
I want to
that.
see the
Okay, so we were talking about the script reading specifically, like in our heads we kind of like mentalize that as you say they should have read.
Oh
the
no, I
script
mean,
like a lot of
going
film.
on stage
You
and then
would-
reading the script.
I mean, at that point, why not just rehearse and make the Nightmare Times in the usual way? Or do
I mean,
what
they
did with
could,
Working
but it
Boys
wouldn't be
later
as
on.
funny.
I don't think
I
Nightmare
suppose.
Time's meant to be funny half the time at least. Sometimes it's funny.
I'm
sometimes
sorry,
it's
did you
not
say
funny.
you don't think Nightmare Time was meant to be scary most of
I
was
said
meant to be funny most of the time?
No,
Not-
meant to be funny.
I think half the time it's meant to be funny. Half the time it's meant to be ooh, oh no.
Nearly
Yes,
all
so
of it was
clearly BB
comedy.
here is talking. Yeah, so clearly BB here is talking about the parts that were supposed to be funny, which was significant and would have benefited from that format.
Fair enough.
Can we just find the
Smile,
rest?
Neville.
Can we just find the?
Wait,
Okay, I guess-
cameras don't exist. No. Those cameras don't exist. We're in the 19. We're in like 19. What,
19 what?
1950, I think. We're in the past. I'm pretty sure Harry Potter does
No.
not take place.
Cameras also existed at that time.
Yeah, but not those kind of cameras. Pretty sure Harry Potter.
What type of camera do you think you just looked at?
It was one of the cheap plastic cameras. What do you mean, one of the cheap plastic ones that didn't?
Yeah,
exist?
that have
Yeah.
existed forever.
They didn't exist till like the early 2000s. Maybe 90s earliest. Like
I
thought-
think
Yeah,
you have a
okay,
poor.
so-
I think.
I thought Harry Potter took place in the way more in the past. Like I thought Harry Potter was like more like the 1960s.
Okay, so it does. So it
chronologically.
does take place in the past, but
Yeah,
not
like,
as
I'm
far in the
pretty
past as you're thinking.
Because I'm pretty sure Harry Potter did not take place in present day, or at least when the books are being released. I'm pretty sure.
I mean,
Because
I mean, it took place in the near past when the books were written. The first book came out the same year that the last book was set, so there isn't that much of a difference between them.
Yeah, but I don't think those
So
cameras.
yes, Harry was born in
existed, so-
1980. The first book, the first book is set 1991, 1992, and the last one ends in 1998.
Yeah, so those cameras
That's not
absolutely
much. That's
existed.
No, those cameras didn't exist. The ones you used there, it would have been a different camera. Especially been a lot bulkier, anyways. If they,
No.
you know.
No, it wouldn't have been. They can't. Like, yeah, a little, but not that much.
The cheap disposable.
It also depends entirely on brand
No,
and
the
company
cheap
and
disposable
manufacturer.
cameras. Those cameras did not exist during 19. If this is senior year, it's 1990. I don't think they existed in the 90s.
Okay, well, if
Or
this is their senior year, it's supposed to take place in 1997.
Okay, I
Right,
just looked it up.
Is it?
I just looked it up just so that way I can say that I'm right with confidence. The currently familiar disposable camera was developed by Fujifilm in 1986. Yes, they would have had that.
Okay. Yeah.
1986,
In fact, actually, there is. I can see where it is coming from to some extent because I remember Colin Creevey's camera in the second film, which was set in 1992, 1993, and that one was in fact a lot bulkier. But I guess Colin could have gotten a more disposable one. They also say that Muggle technology breaks down inside of Hogwarts, so he would need to have an analog one. in
Wait,
the first
why
place,
is
but,
Muggle
yeah.
technology breakdown in Hogwarts? Is like a magic exposure thing? How's that work?
Because it would break the system if it didn't, quite frankly. Can you imagine them using Muggle technology inside of Hogwarts? How many things that would break if they did?
Well, I mean, they use toilets, I assume. I hope they use toilets.
Not
Toilets
that kind of. I
also
mean
aren't
electronic
new.
technology. I mean electronic technology. I should have specified. Granted, I should have
electronic.
specified.
You said
because technically
Muggle,
fire is
so-
technology.
Muggle
Yes,
could
okay.
mean a lot.
So I understand that. I should have specified. I meant electronic equipment. Yeah. All right.
Magical
Yeah,
technology.
I will say that like again this part does make sense. I mean they do explain that the magic is so potent that it actually cancels things out. Honestly I understand that because again if you don't account for obvious solutions in some way, if you don't put limiters on things, then it will break any story, not just Harry Potter. So I honestly get that one.
They have moving photos.
They
I
have
figure
moving
they come
photos
from
with
magic cameras. This
Nope, they come from
this-
paintings. That was actually specified.
This reminds me
Oh wait,
so
oh
much
sorry, no,
of,
also magic photos. So yeah, okay. There's that too, but Colin Cooper's camera was a Muggle camera. Sorry, I should have, yeah.
This is like in Control, where the oldest house just destroys and explodes like anything like that's newer than the 20s or 30s or whatever. So they had to like make a new tech or just use the old stuff.
The plays are set in the early 2000s. Lockhart travels back in time to the 10 to 15 years earlier. Yeah, I do remember there was a line in a Harry Potter sequel that does say that it was a tongue-in-cheek line where like Draco comes back like a year earlier. It was like, I come from the distant future of 2009. That's a whole year from now. So if we go by a Harry Potter senior year canon specifically, then yeah, I guess their senior year would be early 2010s. So I guess by their canon, they would have that canon. Aha.
The rest of the DA before the Death Eaters, the Hope, will find us.
Oh, yeah, we're on a mission. The very last of the Death Eaters broke in, and we got.
Oh yeah, we're on a mission. I forgot about
Maybe I should
that.
turn my
Oops.
flash on.
What? Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I was going to point out before we had the whole debate about cameras that Luna specifically hasn't shown any like propensity for like photography. Like, yes, her dad does run like the second most famous wizard newspaper in the books and also the movies, but they don't really come up much at all. But it never specifies that she was actually into taking like the photos for it potentially. It wouldn't be a there wouldn't be like
that could be a cool lore detail though if that was ever added into lore properly.
I mean, honestly, yeah, because a lot of the articles in the Quibbler did come from travels that the Lovegoods would do. So I guess they had to document it somehow for the newspaper. So it would make sense. It just never confirmed.
Oops, that was a good one. Such a guppy. What's the worst that could happen?
We could get caught by the Death Eaters.
I think you mean killed.
Again, he's not wrong.
We could get killed by the Death Eaters.
Oh,
That'd be a lot worse.
oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just copied Piglet's character from Winnie the Pooh. That being said, this is actually a more book accurate look for Neville Longbottom. Interestingly enough.
It's been a long time coming, but tonight is the end of the war, my friends. Tomorrow only one side will remain. We will win or we will lose the
Oh, wow.
The way is the end. No use to pretend it's the final show.
What?
We got
What is it?
Oh, I think she has a drastic misunderstanding about how war works. She's like, oh, tomorrow the war will end. There'll only be one side left. I was like, I wouldn't say that. That's not quite how that works. There will be one side in the majority. The rest will absolutely still be around pretty often.
You could no, well if
And
you
we'll probably
genocide
research in a couple years.
if you genocide the other side to a point where none of them exist anymore.
Yeah, but that's not feasible though. Unless you because the
we
problem
have
is
magic.
no.
We have magic. I'm
But
sure there's a magical spell to eradicate a whole group of people.
Aiden, Aiden. That's not how that works because sides in war are based in ideology, and unless you get rid of side in war is based on ideology, unless you have a way to eradicate the ideology itself, that side will never be completely gone, and it will probably resurge in a few years.
Which is honestly, obviously, kind of the point of the conflict in the Harry Potter books to begin with. When you think about it, because of course they still have the fear of Voldemort's name all those years later. For that very reason.
I agree. Avoca genocide. Genocide.
Yeah, the closer we come to a genocide spell, I suppose, is whatever Wormtail cast to kill all those 12 Muggles and fake his own death and frame Sirius Black. That's the closest we get, but we don't know what happened there. It was all we know is it was an explosion apparently.
Go meet our destiny. This is the end.
I do like the fact that she still has like the lunar bounce to her. Like, of course that's still consistent.
Oh no, Death Eaters!
Be merciful and kill us quickly.
What? Don't encourage it. Oh, hello. Hello.
Oh yeah, speaking of werewolves, Aiden, this is a character who also has a very obvious werewolf name, but you haven't heard that name yet.
Oh.
So let's see.
If it isn't Luna Lovegood, that never schlong but.
Gasp! Fenrir,
How does he know about Neville's bully name?
Greyback.
We kill him now.
Yeah, Fenrir Greyback is his name. So yeah.
I mean, the most realistic answer. The most realistic answer I can think of is he probably just kidnapped one of the other child soldiers and interrogated, tortured them, and just got as much information as he could about the other side. And Neville just came up.
Tell me all that you know. Oh, we called Neville Schlong on him. Like, come on.
Oh, these two little.
Actually,
Well, I
wait,
mean, yeah,
StarKid,
that's actually really common in war. Yeah, well, sure, that's also just really common in like real war, where you have to like understand
reveal
enough
your
about the
fellow
other side. That's
soldiers
how like
as bully
spies and
names.
shit operate.
Piggies
Yeah,
are
essentially,
going
that's
to
how like
make a
spies
yummy
and
snack.
shit end up getting in.
Oh, I mean, listen.
The idea of one of the characters being a spy is honestly quite interesting.
Listen.
But not yet.
The only snack I see is you. God.
Good lord.
Hello. Oh, don't blow down my house. That would be awful.
He will devastate those teens.
Mhm. Yeah. Fun fact about Fenrir Greyback: he is the werewolf that gave Lupin lycanthropy originally.
Oh, don't,
Hey,
make me
Jacob.
a, don't bite me and make me a werewolf. That would be awful. I would hate that.
Yeah. So today, today I'm going to take a bath and sleep more, and then I don't know the last 3 words. I think that's Portuguese.
Oh, fair enough.
Hey.
Oh, well.
For now,
Enjoy your bath, I guess.
The rest of Dumbledore's army must be here somewhere.
You won't get away with this, you.
Okay, interesting. It feels like he's playing more Barty Crouch Jr., who would of course be, you know, a soulless husk at this point. But yeah, that was Barty Crouch Jr.'s mannerism. Well, I guess Aiden, you must know that because you've seen Goblet of Fire. But, yeah.
Oh, really? You DA brats have been a thorn in our side for your 6th year at Hogwarts. But tonight, we reclaim the ultimate.
I would
weapon
say
and-
he kind of reminds me of Craven the Hunter. The costume.
Yeah, I can see it.
Craven.
Yeah, fair enough.
More wolf than lion. If Craven, instead of hunting in Africa, he hunted in some random forest, then yeah.
In New York.
Wolves exist everywhere.
Are wolves in New York?
God damn it, man.
I mean, no, I said
Aiden, you
no, I
were
said Craven-
exceptionally dumb today compared to usual.
I said Craven
Yes.
hunts in New York. I didn't mean like the wolves were like roaming the streets of New York City. I meant that Craven himself roamed the streets because that's where he fights Spider-Man, unless I'm much mistaken.
Well, he does fight.
But also,
Spider-Man, dude.
also, yes, wolves exist in New York. It's a state. Yeah, they can move. They aren't like stationary to one spot. There's also a bunch of different types of wolves.
This is
Well,
true.
wolves are wolves, okay? You're a
That's
baka.
kind of the point. Wolves are wolves. That was what we're trying to say here.
Yeah,
a wolf
and
is a wolf is a wolf is a wolf.
Yeah, and I want him to eat me alive. I don't know.
You're
I don't
really
know.
you're
Jesus
reaching at
Christ,
this point.
man!
I
this is
don't-
gonna
you're-
be a
you're really
wild
reaching.
stream.
I don't need a
This is
huntsman
crazy.
I don't need a huntsman to remove me from him.
Okay.
Call me Little Red Riding Hood.
Where is your hero now?
Oh,
Look everywhere,
God.
but he's nowhere to be found. You look
I love that because they didn't have time to rehearse. All the choreography is just them doing this.
Marching in place, you know.
Somewhere there had to be corners to cut, yeah. Oh no, don't bite me, mister. I'll have to marry you. Is this anime logic?
I agree. Can we have this logic? I want this logic. Give me this logic.
Greyback would have so many.
You know, you're free to have this logic. No one's stopping you.
I mean, yeah, I guess you technically could if you wanted to write a story like that. Please don't say it in the Butterverse, though, but you could, in theory, write a story that had this logic. In the Omegaverse, potentially.
Right there in the Butterverse, you just have the one random series where it's like, oh no, I got bit. I have to marry the wolf now.
Okay, but just based on like how the concept of like Blood Brothers works, I would imagine if that was a thing that was established, the rumor would spread to like Nathan and Darius, and Nathan would be like, "Hey, yeah, bite my wrist, and I'll marry you in the future." And then you come back home like, "Look, Mum, I'm engaged."
It's like, oh my god, this is not why why you hanging out with them. I didn't want the marriage to happen like this.
This is the real reason they don't want to mix the races here.
Yeah, you gotta think about the implications. You see, that's why it's like, you know, outside the Butterverse, please, anywhere else,
Parents,
or it all falls apart.
Seriously, parents, you have to think about the implications.
Yeah, don't even try. He doesn't care about you. He's moved on. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. This is the end.
Abracadabra.
Is that was that a slide at Darren Chris having left?
Here it is. At last, finally, the ultimate artifact of evil is within my grasp. Now all of wizardom shall fall to the dark mark.
What is the love potion spell in Harry Potter's world?
Well, first of all, it's not a love potion spell, as you suggested yourself. It is in fact a love potion.
Well, how do you make a love potion?
That is I don't recall that ever being taught, because obviously it is a very dangerous potion. For some reason, it's legal in the wizard
What do you
world.
mean? Selling magical roofies? It should be illegal? That's crazy.
Yeah, well, someone should tell Fred and George that, because it kind of got out of hand in book 6.
But I mean,
in fact,
like, maybe it works how like
it got out of hand 50 years earlier, because that's how Voldemort was conceived.
No, fun.
Or maybe it works how psychiatric drugs work, where it's like it's legal, but it shouldn't just be handed out willy-nilly, you know? It has to have like very specific dosages and all that, and like depending on like combinations and all that, it can be used for more than one thing and yada yada.
Except Fred and George quite like freely sell it in their joke store that they just opened.
Oh no. But you know, I just want
they can just commit crimes.
Even on top of that, I will say, the description of love potion, or amortentia as it's called, the description of that is that it doesn't create real love, because that's impossible, but it does create a powerful infatuation that to the outside eye would seem like, you know, just like obsessive love, you know. But basically it's a yandere potion more than it is you know, genuine connection. Still very dangerous, because of course, you know, it eliminates your free will. But,
you know, I'm just saying, I just want to be.
Hey, that's okay. Some people are like that with or without the potion.
Yeah, frankly, I'm surprised they didn't use that twist in the Crimes of Grindelwald, the movie, because they say that there was actually someone who used the Imperious Curse in that movie in order to get someone's to get a woman to leave her husband and marry him instead, and also conceive a child. I think the reason they didn't do that maybe was because it's implied that any child conceived through a love potion union is incapable of of like understanding love, and that was Voldemort's ultimate downfall. I think that was why they didn't.
I mean,
do that.
I guess
you got to think that someone else would have done that sometime in the past as well. Like, who knows?
Man, I wasn't expecting to hear how Harry Potter incorporates just. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to hear about how Harry Potter introduces love potion and how it relates to sexual assault in the lore for some reason.
Yeah, like a lot of people nowadays are making a bunch of like retrospective Harry Potter videos, like they're trying to like, establish like small details that add up to how messed up the Wizarding World was. They don't need to reach that much. The Wizarding World, like even in the books themselves, like they fully establish how messed up they actually are and how backwards a lot of their society actually is. In fact, that's somewhat of the point. Like they don't shy away from the fact that love potion is a terrible idea and should be outlawed, but isn't. I mean, then again, the half the series is about like how corrupt the government of wizards actually is in the first place. So of course they would have missed that. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe the government is just getting I forget what the actual word is, but like aided through the potion benefits.
Aided through. I mean, I suppose that there is a chance that there is some manufacturer mass producing the potion itself, because I don't think Fred and George brew the stuff themselves. No way they do. But yeah, someone out there. There's some sort of it's the same principle behind like how like a bunch of like sugar companies.
Harry Potter Breaking Bad crossover.
Well, one way around that. I'm pretty sure the main character of Breaking Bad was also in a loveless marriage. So, anyway,
Yeah.
The first effect to Ron is that it was played for laughs. Well, because again, the infatuation is supposed to be that it is supposed to be so intense that it's like, well, of course, without actually having contact with the person, it can come off as comical. Tom Riddle Sr., on the other hand, that was a much more serious interpretation, even though we didn't see what actually happened. So it does both. It's played for laughs in one instance and it's played seriously in another, and you see the messed up side of both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, there is also the really depressing aspect of like also having like the child of SA in the most famous aspect of Harry Potter also looking monstrous.
Yeah, that implication was not thought of. I know that was not the intention, because the whole point was you would concede without love, and therefore that was the whole thing. Because like love plays like such a huge part in Harry Potter. That was the idea, but yeah, the ultimate side effect is exactly what you interpreted there.
Show. Oh, I've been working on this evil plan for so long. Starting to get a healthy appetites. And you.
Is that why you constantly keep arching your back to show off your stomach? Like, I am so hungry. Let me establish how hungry I am multiple times.
Don't worry. I got something he could eat.
Dude, I thought Jacob said hunky for a second there. I'm so hunky.
Oh, yeah.
Look at my bare chest. See how hunky I am.
I'm sure that's what Aiden heard as well, but sure.
Oh, well, I've been thinking that about him.
Aiden wishes that's what you said.
Oh, hello.
You are gonna make a nice little weirdo sandwich. With an extra side of more.
I'll be in a sandwich. Wait.
Yes, you will be in a weirdo sandwich, Aiden.
I said more.
Yay! A character we recognize.
Oh, yes! Come on, guys, let's get out of here.
Siphon
The end of all the fighting. This is the end of people dying. This is the end. There's no trying to deny. It's gonna be us or them. This is the end.
Yeah, it's gonna be us or them. I guess someone is it is gonna be one side after all.
Okay, we're supposed to meet Hermione in here.
Ron,
There you are! Wait a second. Where are your guys' Death Eater disguises?
Neville, Death Eater, protect me!
Oh my
Take
god.
this, you Death Eater!
No!
This is for my family!
Okay, so suddenly now they establish Neville's actual backstory here. Like by this stage, if the DA's already formed, he should have gone through his like arc of like actually, embracing his leadership. But they still portray him like piglets at the start. So I guess they've got a little bit of both in here.
Stop it! That's Hermione! That's my girlfriend!
Hey gang, remember it's always okay to punch Nazis.
Well, if Indiana Jones has taught us anything.
God damn it, Ron, I think my nose got broken. What's the damage?
Whoa! Hermione, I mean, I don't want to scare you or anything, but you look hot.
Well,
Okay, so two things about this. Well, actually, no, I'm going to allow us to do a next
may
line.
look different, but you all should just treat me like the same old Hermione you know and love.
Oh, it's a recast. It's a recast.
Yes. So you didn't hear this at the start, but because that said
She got handsome.
But she got handsome Squidward, yes. But also apparently the original actress who played Hermione actually also left StarKid and apparently had a baby. So that's why she's not here. But yeah, like they were like, okay, don't draw attention to it. We had to do a recast, and that's that. But also, again, if we're talking about implications here, the idea that that the first thing they do when they see Meredith step in was like, okay, you look hot. Now you're the hot Hermione. The one that wouldn't abandon us. To have a child and bring in another life to this world. Again, I know that wasn't the intention, but oh my goodness.
And that goes for all of you, too. Ron, is that a book?
Well, I mean, she was one of the hot girls, so I guess maybe, back to form, I suppose. Okay.
I've never seen you carrying one of those before.
No, it's a diary. We're trying to keep it away from the Death Eaters.
And it's really
That's a
hard.
type of book, right?
Death Eaters!
You know what? I've heard the piano in the background there, and also this song in general kind of reminds me of some like tracks from Spies Are Forever. I was like the one step ahead, but also the just the Spies Are Forever like actual song. Like here like the dun dun dun. This kind of reminds me like the dun 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 in the background.
Been a long time coming, but tonight is the end of the war, my friend. Tomorrow only one side will remain. This is the
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yes, Hermione did get a team magically fixed in book 4. Yes, also true. And that was like around the time that Ron actually noticed that she was a girl. The way that he phrased it.
What? How did you not know that beforehand? What?
Okay, no, he obviously knew. It's just the way that okay, so in the movies, he kind of says it like very casually when he's trying to find like a date to the Yule Ball. He's like, "Oh well, Hermione, you're a girl." I was like, "Oh, well spotted." In the book, it's a lot more dramatic.
Like, well, Hermione,
Where
you appear
they're still
to be
discussing
female.
it, but suddenly, like this is like after her teeth get fixed. But like at some point, like Ron described like the way that Ron like just stares with Hermione with a complete shock or something, and like emphasize like the details of Hermione herself for a little bit, and then just goes like, "Hermione, you're a girl." Like the way that it's phrased. Obviously, he knew, but it's kind of like how it's like the friend zone essentially was like, oh, you're considered like one of the bros basically, until the moment that one of the bros needs a date to the Yule Ball, in which case suddenly all bets are off. But oh well.
Our time is running out. This is the end. Where is our hero now? This is the end. He's nowhere to be found.
I'll be here shortly. Also, it's worth pointing out to anyone who doesn't know, her parents are dentists, but they're not the ones who fixed her teeth. It was because she was hit with a spell from Malfoy, I'm pretty sure.
Reparo.
Not Reparo. Not Reparo in that instance, Densogio, where her teeth actually like grew even larger. Which incidentally was incident that happened right before they went to potions class, and they told Snape about it, and Snape looked at Hermione with like teeth like growing like massively outwards, and he just goes, "I see no difference." So yeah, again, book Snape is the
Wow.
reason people don't like Snape. But yeah,
Wow.
but then she does get sent to the hospital wing, and basically Madame Pomfrey reduces her teeth, but Hermione decides to because decides to say like, okay, let her continue a little bit. It's like, oh, they were always this size. Clearly, this was what they
Oh
always
yes,
had, so,
I have always had perfect teeth. What do you mean they weren't this perfect? Well, they're definitely. Oh
yeah. It is worth pointing out that the first person to acknowledge Hermione's like dental work was actually Harry, but like months after the event happened, which means that he just did not notice
like her
any difference.
parents
So
would
again,
notice,
to all those
though.
people shipping Harry and Hermione, I don't know.
I feel like her parents would notice, though. I would hope her parents, being dentists, would be like, "Wait a minute, your teeth look so much better than they did."
Yes, but by that point the damage was done, and what were they going to do about it after the fact? The thing is that the movie Hermione established like she's like a stickler for the rules. Book Hermione does not care about the rules whatsoever. Like she will rebel in the most like outlandish way sometimes. That the teeth thing was tame compared to some of the stuff in that very book that she did. She blackmailed an adult woman and trapped her in a jar.
Wait, what?
Jesus.
Why in a jar? What? What?
Okay, so again, more backstory. Which actually ties into what I was saying earlier about the electronic equipment in Hogwarts. There were basically Rita Skeeter is getting a bunch of secrets. Like
That's a very unfortunate name.
I guess. Yeah.
That's okay. I had a.
You know what's more unfortunate?
Yeah,
what?
What? Oh,
I had a
BJ.
teacher. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I had a teacher named Mrs. Skeets. So people did call her Rita Skeeter as well. But anyway, Rita Skeeter. Gets a bunch of like gossip and like publishes in the Prophet a bunch of stuff, which also like really defames Hermione as well. Like she becomes like a huge target because Hermione she frames as like the odds of like a love triangle between like Harry, Victor Crumb, and obviously Hermione herself. So a lot of people just like really start to like hate her for no reason. So she vows revenge basically, and she wants to find out like how exactly she's getting all these secrets. And at one point. At one point, she sees Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle like Malfoy's talking to his hand, basically, and she can't see what's going on. But they also they're still talking about like Rita Skeeter at the time. So Harry and Ron have conversations, but say like, "Oh, it's saying they can't like have this place bugged or something," which is where the electronic equipment thing comes in because they obviously can't like bug a place because it's Muggle technology, as I was saying before. But the saying the word bugged and seeing Malfoy talk to his hand is the brainwave that Hermione gets to realize that Rita Skeeter is an unregistered animagus and can turn into a beetle. So at the end of the book, while they're on the Hogwarts Express back home, she pulls out a jar that she has and just with a beetle inside and says, "This is Rita Skeeter." And now that she's not going to report this, like I know her secret. And from now on, she will do whatever I say. So in the next book, that's how she gets an interview for Harry in order to like increase people's like belief in him as well. So she leverages it for good, but my goodness, the journey we took to get there. Yeah, book Hermione is beast. Yes, man, honestly.
She wakes up and chooses violence apparently. But
yes.
no, we had a teacher who we called BJ. That's what he preferred to go by. And one day he had to. Don't worry, because like you, many people when I mentioned that bit of that story, they're like, "Oh, how funny!" They think that's the joke. Well, one day he answers a phone call. He says, "Hey, Buford here," and then we all understood why he went by BJ. Unfortunate name there. Buford is not wonderful.
I don't know. I think BJ's.
I'll also say, no, this is not. I disagree. But there is also
Phineas and Ferb probably
two other things. Fair. Now one thing, Jacob was like, "Oh, you know, people who ship in like Hermione and Harry, whatever." Well, I'm like, you know, I can understand, you know, disagreeing with the canon ship. You know, Annabeth and Percy just not good. But also there's the perfect teeth thing, which will reversing our way back to the main thing, which is I don't get humans get their teeth so dirty so easy, and we have worse teeth. We have like some of the worst mouths. How the fuck are dogs keeping their teeth so white?
The
fair
kind of
question.
bacteria they have in their mouth, maybe.
So someone in the future is going to like invent a toothpaste, like, you know, inspired by by dogs. I don't know what's going to be called, but it's, you know, it's going to be like, you know, we studied canines to protect your canines or something like that. That's going to be the slogan.
That's a great tagline. That's just a good tagline. Yeah.
This is the end.
Yeah.
People dying. This is the end. There's no trying to deny it's gonna be a storm. And this is the end.
I love Grimlock just going like in the background.
This is the end. 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 This is the end.
Finally caught up to you, little bastards. Now hand over the journal, you nerd!
Oh no! Don't kill the nerdy prude.
Taking lessons from Goyle here.
Expelliarmus!
Oh, there he is.
Where are you going, you cretins? He's just a child!
I'm not a child anymore. I'm 17 years old.
Okay.
Happy birthday to
Yeah. By the way, in wizard culture, 17 years old is like you're of age. They become adults a year early.
me. And what better
I mean, that's
present
also
to
just
get
of
than
age
the last
in
of the
like
Death Eaters all
normal
conveniently
places in
the
the
same
real
place.
world. To be fair.
I mean, it's age in some places in the world. You know, not say. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like an even split, honestly, between like, you know, I don't know, whatever. But they travel around with a mouthful of dog spit. Oh, it's gonna be a mouthwash, isn't it? It's gonna be a mouthwash inspired by dog saliva.
Oh yeah.
Gross. Anyway.
Well, I mean, so long as
there we
it
go.
tastes fine.
What? We're moving on. Ew. We're moving on. Please.
Look, man, I'm just saying, if it makes our look, man.
I will get the
if it
spray
tastes
bottle.
decent-
I will spray you.
This is
If
the
it
end
tastes decent
of that
and my teeth
conversation.
look as good as a dog's
Yeah.
teeth, then
Play
yeah.
the video, Jacob.
Have you
Play the
seen
video.
dogs'
This is the
teeth,
end.
dude?
Play
They
the video.
eat
This is the
they
end. This is
eat
the end.
fucking
This is the
mud.
end. This is the end.
And I'll tell you what, they got pearly white.
You've been trying to kill me all year, and now you threaten my friends? Let's finish this.
As you wish. Avada
Give me like
Kedavra!
6!
Oh! Oh no! My legs! Maurice, motherfucker! Where
Oh, you're being legs people. Oh, we finally see the wizard cops at last.
Hey, thanks, good buddy.
I think they just kind of escaped, right?
Harry!
Well, chocolate frogs. Harry Potter did it again, y'all.
Okay, I guess I guess Kingsley here is is potentially related to Cho Chang. Would never have guessed that.
Kingsley
God.
Shacklebolt, the Minister of Magic.
Oh, I forgot that. Oh,
Thank you
God.
for the exposition, Hermione.
The wizard cops.
Word.
Incidentally, Shacklebolt
Cho
didn't actually
Chang,
become
yeah.
Minister for Magic until after the events of the books. Usually, it should be a guy. It should be a guy who, by the way, you're gonna love this name, Aiden. Pious Thickness. That's the name of the Minister of Magic at this time. Supposedly.
Oh, what a
Or Rufus
beautiful
Scrimgeour, depending on
name.
where we are in the timeline. Yeah.
Well, now that
That's
y'all
Aiden's
the world
favorite
to run
dessert.
with The last of these dark magic turkeys.
I'm not really into pie, but you know.
Yeah. Oh boy, what flavor? Thickness.
I gotta ask you,
Right.
why the hell can't y'all kids
If
just
you
let
gotta
me
think
do
it,
my
then think.
job for once?
Oh no, Mr. Shacklebolt, you don't understand. We had to stop those Death Eaters. Harry was having these visions.
Yeah, I already heard the whole story from your defense against the dark arts teacher. He's the one that let us know to come down here tonight. Come on in, Alistair.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, like if I had a nickel for every time that I forgot that Chris Allen played a character, I would have 3 nickels now.
That's right. It's some fine work you done here, Potter. I taught you well.
Thanks, Professor.
And you defeated Fenrir
I guess this was right after they realized they could do an Alfred impression, so they just gave him a character with a similar accent.
Greyback, did you?
He sure did.
Nice. Very nice.
Looks like the Death Eaters were
Why
after
does he have to
this,
say it
but we managed
creepily?
to keep it away from
Because honestly, Mad-Eye Moody is creepy in general. He's one of those guys is like he has a creepy exterior, but ultimately means well, or at least supposedly. Again, the real
Well,
Mad-Eye.
you shouldn't say it. You could say things non-creepy.
Okay,
Absolutely.
look, the man has had like decades of experiences as an aura and has like gone through everything. Like he's not just called Mad Eye because of his eye. Let's put it that way.
Miss Granger, at the Death Eaters would
Moaning Myrtle. No. Yeah, 1 more nickel. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh man, Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, I just realized.
Myrtle just needs to get a
I
room.
just realized
okay?
the,
Myrtle, do not be doing that around children. That's
She
inappropriate.
has a room to herself now.
God.
I just got the
She has a room. No one
the
goes in
humor
the
in
Good. I don't want to know
I just
what
got
Moaning
the
Myrtle's doing
the
in
humor
room.
I just got the humor in the one-eyed guy talking about how they finally defeated Fenrir.
Oh yeah, Odin. Or Thor. No, is
Why?
it Thor or Odin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, it's Odin.
It's Odin, yeah.
Yeah,
Odin's
Thor
nice
couldn't
as
give
that.
less of a shit.
I'll keep it nice and
Odin was the one who was always trying to stop Ragnarok.
Well, we talked about this
And
a lot
causing
last
it by
night.
Professor Moody. Or
And
should
I
I
get kind of confused with the film sometimes.
I
Is
don't know how. Thor and Odin are like completely different.
they're listen, okay. Lore. I don't go too much into Nordic mythology. Norse mythology is generally not the mythology I'm too well versed in.
Yeah, is it
I
Wednesday?
mean,
Is it
fair enough,
Thursday?
I
Who
guess,
knows
yeah.
anymore?
say Barty Crouch?
blimey. All right.
Oh, okay. I guess we just
Also,
in the book he's an under
Clever,
apologies
Jacob.
potion, but I guess it's a disguise. Yeah. What?
oh, did
yeah.
you not
sorry, yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday?
Nobody move.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did,
Wednesday, Thursday.
Wait,
Okay.
yes,
And speaking of technology that breaks things, yeah. Imagine
like,
if wizards carried
pistol.
guns. Well, see,
are they
to be
like-
fair, they don't need to. They don't
Are
actually
they-
need to.
Are they magic bullets? Like, what's the advantage
No.
of using a gun over a wand? I'm gonna be honest. You should just use a
There
wand at
isn't
that
one.
point.
That's why they don't do it.
just
Well,
point at
the
him and go,
bullets faster.
Avada Kedavra. Ah, he's dead now.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if bullets
Are
go
bullets
faster
faster
than a jet
don't-
of light? I
I
highly
don't.
doubt it. based
I
on how
don't
light
think so. I
works.
think bullets would be slower than that.
I'm in a boil.
Yeah, but is it actually a jet of light, or is it just like a
It is described
you
as a
know,
jet of light. So,
sci-fi sort
yes.
of ray or something? Okay.
All right.
Don't drop your wands.
So,
There's
Porter.
one of you. And there's one of him.
How'd
and
you
multiple
know it
you.
was me?
I had my suspicions for a while. It was briefly mentioned Mad-Eye Moody had died during my second year, but I wasn't sure it was you until tonight. Now you're gonna answer for your...
Oh yeah, that's one thing from my guess that I forgot.
I've
that too.
known for like a year and a half.
Well, if it's his second year, he's known for a lot longer than that. So he's under like 5 years.
crimes, Barty Crouch.
Oh, yeah? I've got a better idea. Nobody move a goddamn muscle. Me and Mr. Shacklebolt over here going for a little trip on the Flu Network. And none of you jive-ass bobbies are gonna follow, you dig?
We dig, Moody. We dig.
Well, Barty, if you're gonna go on a vacation, I know a first-rate hotel that offers free bodyguard service and meals. It has every amenity in the world. One could
Oh,
live
he's
there.
gonna say
Oh, really?
the prison.
Sounds like they require some reservations.
Nope, you don't need one. For Hotel Azkaban.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Fun fact also, Kingsley Shacklebolt actually also was the one to remove the Dementors from Azkaban and put like actual guards there. So there you go. He made Hotel Azkaban a better place.
Porter, always a joker. You self-righteous son of a bitch. Oh, what's the matter?
He made Azkaban great again.
Afraid of a little...
Oh my god.
muggle?
No, oh god.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh no.
Mistakes then. It's just you and me now. Let's settle it the old-fashioned way.
You're gonna fight him with your fists?
I guess, yeah.
No,
you're
that'd be
wizard.
silly, Aiden. He's gonna fight him with his fist. One
Man
fist.
to man, fist to face. Come here, you little bastard.
Stupefied!
Well, I mean, you know.
Good thinking. You just saved my life. But that still doesn't excuse what you kids did here tonight. Breaking into the Department of Mysteries, flying thresholds right through the Queen's Day Parade. You kids
That's thestrals, not thresholds.
may think Dumbledore's army can take on the world, but y'all should have let me know the minute you heard some funky shit was going down here tonight.
Sorry, Kingsley, we just didn't have the time.
You know what, Potter boy, bitch boy, Potter? You're a hot
What?
shot.
Potter boy, bitch boy, Potter?
I don't know.
What? You know.
Yeah, I got
What?
nothing.
That kind of maverick attitude that makes you perfect for the wizard cops.
Wow!
So what do you say, HP? You ready to join the force and take a bite out of crime?
I'd love to, but I can't.
And why the hell not?
Because I'm going back to Hogwarts. Senior year starts September 1st.
Yeah, Harry never makes it to his senior year of Hogwarts and never goes back, so he just goes into aura training. So this actually is the opposite of what happens in the books.
All right, well,
Or,
you're
I guess outside the books, it's like after the timeline.
right, Potter. It's a shame, though. You would have made one good goddamn wizard, hell of a wizard cop.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you
it's
can
still
still you can
apply
just
the
leave the
norm-
invitation open.
Yeah, exactly. You can just apply the normal way.
All right, boys, let's get out of here.
Beaten again, huh? You definitely.
By the way, I was one thing to point out that the thing that I like the most, not just like the script reading, but like Darren Chris's mic specifically being that echoey is something that I never get over.
Leaders never learn. Your Dark Lord's been dead for 5 years. Why do you guys keep hanging on to something that's over?
Did all the Wizard Cops leave Barty Crouch here?
Yeah.
Why is Harry the one bringing him in now?
Well, I guess
Because it's
Harry's
Harry.
really a cop now, I guess. Who knew?
If it's over,
I mean, don't you hear his echoey voice? He resounds authority.
I thought you were going to say that he's not long for this mortal plane, but yeah, fair enough.
for you,
I was thinking of my fan fiction.
you see all you are.
No.
Us.
There's no thunder and no big-eared elephant yet.
Not that fan fiction. My actual Harry Potter fan fiction.
All gone, the world won't need a hero anymore. If the Dark Lord can't live forever, then neither can you.
Okay.
The Boy Who Lived. Yeah, fair.
And
Also, this reminds me of that Tom Cardy song about that, Level Clear, it's called. That came out like after the Mario movie. It was like, think about what bad guy said. Even if you did defeat me, what would you do? And then it's like a whole thing of Mario trying to live his life.
Take him away.
who's there?
They left.
Scene two.
They left! Who? Take who? How? Who? Is there invisible cops now?
Oh, Jazz Mike didn't record it all. They had to place it together from what other mics picked up. Oh, that explains a lot. Yeah.
Lights up
Man,
on the
I
burrow.
like the fade to black. Just because we were just talking about like gods and I like to imagine the cops. He wasn't even talking to the cops. He punched the guy. I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna let the divine do with you what they will. All right, come on down, Odin.
No. If we're talking about fades to black and divine entities. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
God.
Rise and shine, Weasleys. It's September 1st.
That's
and you
actually
know
such a
what
good
that
follow-up to that
means.
joke.
You
That is the
get
most.
dressed.
That's so.
packed and ready to leave for school after breakfast.
Mom, have you seen my boyfriend Harry Potter?
No,
Again, thank you for the exposition, Ginny.
I haven't, dear. I've got all these extra kids in the house. Bill's wife, Ron's girlfriend, Harry's
Wait, Bill's
girlfriend,
wife is a child?
Mom.
No, she isn't. She's just, she's saying it
You
like,
got-
I've got people to take care of.
I
Yeah.
also feel like, is this child marriage? Because that's horrible. Don't do that.
Again, fun fact for you.
No, unless
Bill's wife is actually Fleur Delicate.
Yeah, unless this is
Travis Gordon.
Nigeria, I think it's. Yeah, unless this is Nigeria, I think she's just like comparing her to a child, in the way that many wives compare to their husbands.
Would you go and wake everybody up for me?
Ginny walks up a crooked staircase to the bedroom, where she finds Ron sitting on the edge of the bed, lightly strumming a guitar and singing with his meager voice.
Seeing the movement with the narration shit, that's like a Dr. Seuss staircase.
The fact that Ron doesn't have a guitar, honestly, like the fact that it implies that Harry's also not going to have a guitar. I forget if he actually brings it out or not.
Sorry, Ron.
Hey, Harry Potter, it's time for breakfast!
Ah! You ever heard of knocking? Get out of my room!
Oh, it's my room too, Ronald. What are you doing in here anyway?
None of your
McDonald's.
beeswax, Thunder Butt.
He's writing a love song for his girlfriend.
Charlie, get out of here!
I think it's romantic.
Floor?
There we go. That's Bill's wife.
I think you're romantic.
Just get a
Okay.
room.
Again, every Jim Povolo scene worth pointing out. The borough is very well, yeah, to some degree, yes.
You two, this is our room.
Well, you guys shut your fat faces! It's the Crack of Dawn!
Percy, you're just jealous of Ronnie's girlfriend and my beautiful wife.
Oh, by the way, at this point, Percy had actually disowned the family and had left on his own accord.
F. Ah! They're gonna sleep in the garden. At least the gnomes are quiet. No.
Also, Percy himself had a girlfriend. I don't know how much between him and Penelope Clearwater. Actually, they didn't end up like married, but they were dating for some time.
Percy, don't go out there. Hermione's reading in the garden. So? Why
Does
is
this
it
one
here
date
with
the
you,
right
Mr.
woman, aka Elizabeth?
Well, Audrey apparently, but
Yeah, what's up, Ron? Why didn't Hermione crawl into bed with us last night?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, she was up
Oh.
late reading.
Oh, okay. There is a line in like the third movie where Draco goes like, "Does your family sleep in one room?" I guess they sleep in one room in this interpretation.
Oh, that's a
We've been
okay.
spending too
Malfoy was right, I suppose.
much
I
time with her
guess.
because she's really into these
Well, I mean,
adult novels lately.
that's not uncommon.
Yeah, but they're all not even related, to be fair, which I find weird. It's like a bunch of family friends sleeping in the same bed.
When they have guests around, they're not all related.
I thought I could sweep Hermione off her feet if I wrote her a song. I'm just trying to get her to kiss me.
Be careful not to anger Hermione. She will put you in a jar and blackmail you.
Yes, she will. Either that, or she'll get you to sign a cursed contract and leave you permanently disfigured if you actually break it. Which, yes, that also happened.
Of course, you
Last
know.
time she kissed you, buddy.
Let me think.
Question: Is one of Hermione's nicknames Satan?
Never explicitly. I don't know what
I
the
mean,
Slytherins-
she does
Well, I know
like to
what's
go
in the code,
by
actually, or something
Lucy sometimes, short for Lucifer, you know, just casually.
Yeah, I mean, the more we describe canon her, the more she just sounds like the devil. She just goes up to things, decides to wake up with chaos, makes them sign a contract, and all hell breaks loose as consequence. And usually they get fucked for it.
Apparently Hermione was in one of like the early ideas for the story. She was supposed to have a younger sister who was in Slytherin, which I don't know how that would have worked because she was Muggle born, but whatever. And apparently she was going to be like some sort of like informant from the inside the Slytherin dorms that was originally, that originally didn't get along with the Weasley family in general. So yeah, I'm now considering that character to be called Lucy Granger. And yeah, she was called Herman Munster in one of the the bits where they couldn't say her name.
Yeah, it was that first time.
Honestly, you know, it would be tragic to say like, "Yo, she's only like kissed you like that first time," but that first time was disgusting. You lucked out there.
Someone who is so very happy in love, I have advice for you. Just how you say, be yourself.
Oh my God! It's Sam's Marguerite. See, Sam's
Cesar
Marguerite.
Marguerite.
Yeah, I was about to say this is.
We need to get back to watching.
Stop saying how you say before you say the thing.
Except the flirt actually is French.
If no one gets this, go watch the. If no one gets this, go check out Most Popular Girls in School.
Yeah, or our reviews of Most Popular Girls in School.
We should.
Want cheesy compliments or songs? Or
Yes, we should. I would really like to.
Yeah, we didn't even get to like the most famous scene in Most
Oh
Popular
wait,
Girls.
is it the
That was
arm
on right
scene?
before. Yeah.
Arm scene.
Moving on.
Harry
know
literally
the
surfs
context
into
of
the
it.
room on a heart-shaped guitar, being held up by enchanted rose petals.
So he doesn't have a guitar. Okay.
Harry then surfs onto the bed and flips the guitar into the air. He sings.
Which I guess Ginny jumps over because that's how that works.
Ginny, you're cool, you're my girlfriend, I love you so much, you're hotter than all the other girlfriends that ever were in the world.
He put way more effort into the Cho Chang song, which says a lot, I guess.
I think she's gonna hyperventilate.
Ginny Weasley, you're the most magical.
No, she's
that
just
was
like a
Aiden
dog.
looking
She's
at
just
Greyback
panting.
earlier. Yeah, that was Aiden looking at Greyback earlier. He was making that face. We just couldn't see it.
Creature I've ever seen in my whole life. Surprise!
Aiden, yeah. I mean, in fact, if you go back to that bit in the stream, you can faintly hear like Aiden go, "Awooga."
What is it? What is it? Oh, a diary. Harry Potter, you are the best boyfriend ever. No, I'm gonna go write it right now.
Oh God, she's became a witch. Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
She was always a witch. Remember what franchise we're in?
Hey, good buddy.
Okay, well
Guys,
she's like
thanks for letting me
a
see
witch
you.
witch now.
Okay.
Hey, no problem, pal.
Well, you know, it would be ironic actually, because you know, historically, the witches weren't burned; they were hanged. Which means in her last gasping moments, she'd be panting once more.
Oh, good grief.
Oh,
You know what I'm noticing about this like Weasley picture frame here? There's no Fred and George. I mean, I know they probably couldn't cast identical twins, but hey, you know, just pretend. No one question. It's StarKid. We're used to it by now.
Ah, yes, this is my twin. I know they look very different than me, but they're my twin. Trust me.
Oh, either that or they just had somebody like wear like two different hats, one with like an F and one with a G on it, so just like change between them or something.
Oh yeah, it's like take off the hat, put another hat on.
Yeah. Honestly,
Well,
when you call
why?
yourself our mother, I'm joking. I am Fred. Fred, what already? Well, then what? Then where's George? Is the question.
Did George
Anyway.
die too?
No, it was weird that your mom was there
Not in the books or movies, he didn't.
too. And you and your whole family, like all in one bed. You guys are so poor. Are you
Wow.
back for Hogwarts? Yep, I got my invisibility.
Again, the fact that he said the same thing that Malfoy did. Not the exact same thing, but close
Haha,
enough.
poor. Haha, poor.
Yeah.
Oh, pointing and laughing the
Mirror
poor.
Sirius gave me and my talk
Hmm.
boy. What I can't find is my lucky snitch. Do you mean the one Dumbledore left you when he died? Yeah. Have you guys
Oh,
seen it?
real
It has
subtle.
a description on the side that says, I open it and close whatever the tab.
Oh God.
Again, just anything that Jim Povolo does.
I am literally
Perfect.
surrounded by people kissing. Bill and Flora, you and Ginny, I want to do that.
Dude, she's
You
your
wanna kiss
sister.
her?
Just ask.
Oh,
Ah!
Oh, wow.
I mean, I was trying. Oh God,
A
I was
young
joking about Harry and Ron kissing, not like that. Oh, gross. Oh no.
Depressed heroine reluctantly settles for the doughy boy next door. Another perfect ending to another perfect young adult novel series. The Hunger Games by Gilderoy Lockhart.
I'm sorry.
My favorite running joke in this musical, but also worth pointing out, doughy boy, because he's a baker. Makes sense.
Pita.
If you know the story of the Hunger
bread.
Games.
Pita bread.
Exactly. Which, if you're talking about non-subtle names there, I guess that would also count. But yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do in the next Hunger Games book, actually.
Good. And yeah, if you two remember what Gilderoy Lockhart's deal was, right?
No.
Okay, so actually, you know what? I'll put a pin on that. We'll see him in a bit.
Who's Gilderoy Lockhart?
Who's Gilderoy Lockhart? He's only my favorite author and idol. He's given the world so many amazing novel series, like the Twilight series, the Hunger Games.
Hermione became
Percy
Rose.
Jackson.
Hermione's Rose now.
Hermione names her daughter Rose.
I gotta save my writer. It's for my writer.
And whatever he did.
Twilight? Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. I don't like how those books objectify men.
Oh, yeah.
Ebony, Darkness, Dementia. How's it go?
goodness.
Wait, Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenclaw, something.
No, it was Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven, but that was specifically that was My Immortal. That was a Harry Potter fanfic. They can't reference that one unless Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven came into this musical, in which case they could, but they couldn't make like a Gilderoy Lockhart story out of that because that would break so many things.
Ever read them? Have you ever even read a book?
Have you ever not read a book?
No.
What?
I can't stand people who don't read.
Oh, you can't take it back.
Did you finish the
As
Hunger
much
Games?
as I
read
wish
the
I
first
could
book weeks
sometimes.
ago.
Yes, I've read it all. I've read these books. What do you mean?
Which, you know what, I will say, actually, I recognize the inherent risks that would come with this theoretical technology. And I recognize that if it were really being developed, I would be outwardly against it in every moment. But let's say with rose-colored lenses here, it would be the coolest shit if you could just forget that you experienced like movies or shows and stuff and be able to re-experience it for the first time. That'd be so nice. But also, I don't know that being able to have memory wiping technology is great.
No, definitely not. Just have to be my brother, apparently, because that's what happens with him. I've finished this before, but like we will sometimes watch things that either both of us saw way back in the day, but only I remember, or stories that I know that he was aware of, and he'll watch them as if it's the first time, and he'll ask me for spoilers. Of course, I never tell him, which is one of the things that's like, "Now tell me what is going on," or something. Like has like a huge reaction to it, so it was always hilarious. But yeah, I do envy that to some degree. It also would mean that I would
if I'm really
be doing this.
If I'm really into something,
terrible analyzing media.
Sure. If I'm really into something, what I'll do is I will try and just get someone else to experience it, and I'll be like there with them to like see, like live through vicariously. But fortunately, as far as
this is why people watch reaction videos. That is the ultimate reason people watch reaction videos. They like, but and also the reason that I never do a StarKid video without one of you two at least.
Yes, it was good. It was a good game.
Oh, yeah. What was it about?
Technically not incorrect, I suppose.
That's true. There was only one game that occurred in the Hunger Games. The first one, at least.
It was about hungry.
I like Harry just actively staring him down, just watching him right in his eyes as he tries to guess anything about this book.
Yeah, but honestly, second favorite joke I think coming up now.
Holding girl who won't kiss her boyfriend.
You did
Of course.
Hey, you guys! I already told my diary, so now I'm gonna tell you. It's time for breakfast.
They walk downstairs to the dining room. The table is set. Bill, Fleur, and the other Weasleys enter.
Bonjour, Weasleys.
Sorry my girlfriend couldn't be here, everyone, but the Wi-Fi, I just can't get it to work.
They definitely do not have Wi-Fi in the burrow at all. But Percy did have a girlfriend. I mentioned her earlier.
Oh, he said Wi-Fi? I heard wife.
Waifu.
I am just so sad.
He has an anime
this is
body
the last
pillow.
meal we have with these boys before they leave me for a whole year.
That'd be the funniest thing if they just came up with like an anime body pillow named Penelope Clearwater and never explained it. Also, Nick Lang appearance, right?
Yeah, I can't wait until you're all done with Hogwarts, and then you can just move back in here with me, like all my other children.
Which, again, did not happen in the books. Like, Bill, Charlie, and Percy have all moved out by this stage, supposedly. And
This family
also...
cannot afford for their kids to do that.
No, they cannot.
Even Fred came back from the dead as a ghost to stay at home.
What?
Oh, so
Well,
that's
at least
why,
they can't afford
that's
that.
Why.
What
Fred
about
and
the
George
other
were-
one? Where's George at? We're missing one of the twins.
Yeah, still no idea.
The other twin's in hell. The other twin is stuck in hell.
Hey,
for the
just,
time being.
just you wait until you find out what happened. Just you wait until you find out what happened to Lenny.
Oh no.
Lenny Weasley. We don't talk about Lenny Weasley.
We don't talk about
Yeah.
Bruno.
Guess it's time to go
Yeah.
now.
We don't
Guess I won't
talk
be
about
able to
farms
do
in
the
this household
dishes.
anymore.
Looks like Percy will have to cover for me.
Oh, Fred, knock it off.
What I Fred?
Oh, there we go.
That goes for you too, Harry. The second you're done at Hogwarts, you are more than welcome to move right in here.
Oh, golly, that's really nice of you, Mrs. Weasley.
So, are you moving in or not?
I don't know. I guess I never thought about life.
But nah.
I don't really know.
Honestly, Harry has enough money in Gringotts to buy a house of his own.
You tear me apart, Lisa!
That's not even mentioning like he has technically a criminal place.
It's like the
Does, so I know in the actual books, Harry has like an abusive family and there's like the staircase and all that, right? I know all of that.
Yes.
Did this conversation, was he ever invited to live with this family in the books?
Well, not permanently. On the grounds that
Okay.
that it was important that he stayed with the Dursleys at least once a year, you know, for the bond of blood charm to keep working and him to be safe from any Death Eaters. That was the reason he was sent there to begin with, and why he had to be with his blood family. Yeah, but
Why didn't they just send
in
him
most
to like?
circumstances, the Weasleys invited him over to stay at the Burrow unless there was something major going on that year.
Why didn't they just send Harry to like some other blood relative that wasn't abusive?
Assumably, he
Because he
doesn't
didn't
have
have
any
any.
other assumably, there are no others?
There's no way. That's bullshit. Where the Dursleys do
literally
not spawn out of existence.
One of the first lines that Dumbledore says is that, you know, they are the only family he has left. So, yes, they are the only family he has left.
Right, but there has to be something in extended family.
No, apparently extended family, they're
There
all
has
dead.
to be a cousin somewhere.
They're apparently all dead, BB. I'm sorry, but they're dead.
I'm not sure.
Somewhere.
Okay, I'm not sure how thorough Dumbledore's background checks could actually be.
Well, I assume
Well,
that
in the first book, he does seem to be omniscient, but that's kind of by design.
I
He's not
assume,
actually, but he's
they're
that way.
magical genetic test or magical like test to test where like the genealogy and like where you're from. I'm gonna be honest, I assume it's magical. So I mean,
okay, you can do that in our
Well,
world
no.
without the magic too, but like,
well, that requires databases and stuff. I mean, if you're powerful enough, at
Well,
you're
magic,
right.
Dumbledore knew-
That's
Okay, Dumbledore knew about the Dursleys because he knew about Petunia. In fact, actually, fun fact, Aunt Petunia actually sent a letter to Dumbledore one time begging her to be admitted into Hogwarts, but it wasn't possible. So he knew of her existence for that from that at least. Possibly from sending Lily her original letter as well.
I just can't believe the idea. What happened? Theoretically, you wipe out every other member of the entire family except for these 3 nuclear units. How the fuck did the others die?
Actually,
what happened?
They've not.
How did the cousin
There is a fan theory that at least the Potters for some time were cursed to die young. Until Harry became Master of Death and kind of counteract that. That's a theory that's not confirmed.
So then how did his parents live? Oh, right, because yes, okay. I guess that makes sure. Okay, fine.
They died at 21.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, they'll do it. But I mean, the
They will,
Dursleys
yeah.
survived. The Dursleys survived, luckily, or unluckily, very complicated.
Okay. Two things about this. One, Dumbledore had no choice. It was prophesied that was going to happen, so it could only possibly be Harry, because he's the only one who had a chance of winning. Secondly, Voldemort was apparently more powerful than his ex-boyfriend, who wasn't even his ex-boyfriend. They never actually dated.
Question:
so there's three things wrong with that sentence.
Is it dubious, or is that just actually how prophecies work in Harry Potter? Is it like Greek myth prophecy, where it just has to happen and there's no choice? It just is.
Prophecies have to happen, but quite often they're self-fulfilling. If Voldemort hadn't sought out Harry and made him and marked him as his equal, being the boy who lived and all that stuff, then Harry would never have grown up wanting to get revenge and become the righteous hero that the Wizarding World rallied behind. So he kind of did it to himself, essentially.
Okay.
Fun fact, also, the reason he knew about the prophecy in the first place, Snape was spying, and that's why. Okay. So essentially, he was the one who sends the Potters to death again. Okay. That's the reason why Snape is awful.
And Snape's sad about Lily because he liked Lily and he wanted Lily. And
Lily. But that was also significant because he asked Voldemort to spare Lily, so Lily didn't have to die, but she chose to, and that's what activated the sacrificial love. So again, a lot of things played into how Harry became the boy who lived.
Yeah. Okay. I only asked because I know certain media like Dune, for instance, will have it where you're totally able to avoid it, but in the case of Dune, the reason it happens is because the people in the prophecy actively refuse to deny it.
Yeah, books versus movies in Harry Potter, at least, there's one of the major differences is the fact that they leave out a conversation between Harry and Dumbledore where Dumbledore rephrases the prophecy to say that there's not because I mean Harry, no matter what, is going to want to fight Voldemort anyway. The fact that he's the only person who can win is circumstantial because Voldemort's already taken away so much from him, and he will never stop fighting in order to put the world right. And they call it the difference between being sent to your doom into an arena or choosing to step out of your own accord. And that was a hugely significant thing for Harry in that moment. In the movies, they don't do that. So they just yep, get on with it. And that's why people think that Dumbledore is, sacrificed a child, even though he had no choice.
Sure.
In fact, actually, Dumbledore somewhat knew that Harry would be able to survive death as long as Harry himself didn't know that he could survive as well. Because there's another scene that left out, the Gleam of Triumph in Book 4, after he finds out that Voldemort took some of Harry's blood into himself, thereby using Lily's sacrifice in order to sustain himself, so it means that he could never actually properly kill Harry anyway. So again, that's when Dumbledore knew that that Harry had a chance of survival in the first place. So yeah. And again, what I was saying before about this video being super long.
Don't worry about that, Harry. You still got your whole senior year ahead.
Speaking of senior year, Ronnie, my boy, I've got a present for you. It's a Weasley family tradition. It's the keys to the flying car! Yay! Here you go, son, and you can have it all year.
This is gonna be the best year ever!
Yep.
God.
Sure is.
It's so weird seeing it's so weird seeing in media all these like senior year plots. And I gotta be honest, now that I've gone through all of that, and that's like a memory at this point, it's not even like all that recent. It's like, well, I feel like I missed an experience because my senior year experience was not even remotely like what any piece of art ever has ever shown. It was not like this joyous thing. It was awful.
Yeah, well, a lot of the times, like, high school is glorified anyway. 'cause
Yeah,
most
high school
media
was the
is aimed at
worst for
people
me.
a lot of high school media is aimed at people who haven't gone through high school yet, on
That's
purpose.
fair.
The senior year.
Yeah, I mean, it was just rebooted by bad, was bad, and then afterwards somehow became worse.
We got the
Back
idea.
to Hogwarts for the very last time.
Our final year at last, it's here, gonna start our lives.
Everyone's excited.
Yeah, Ginny, this is not your senior year. You're still a sixth year.
By the way, I love the singer for Hermione. I don't know, like, this singer is fantastic.
Yeah, Meredith Stepien. Well, I mean, you've seen it before. She was the head hot girl after Tanya.
What the world's
Oh.
most famous wizard is gonna get into.
Probably a lot of
Well, we're
trouble.
going back today in the very same old way. Tell
Except you're not, because using a flying car now is not the same old way at all in this context.
And also, there's a war happening on your playground.
No, the war is over. They said that.
Can't you hear?
This is the end.
It's gonna be your year. It's a very
friend of mine.
Potter senior year.
Come on, guys. Let's get this flying car and get out of here. I never thought that we would get this far, but we made it. We're on top of the world.
We're on top of the world.
I feel unstoppable. I'm super.
Ginny, who are you waving to? Who is Ginny waving to? Well, I guess the family, maybe.
Contagious, that's for sure.
Oh, that's some good camera work right there.
We're on top of the world.
For this
We'll have some
script
spooky
reading.
spells to learn, and we're gonna earn good grades.
You're gonna spend lots of time with me, and this is gonna be the very best year.
Oh, come on. Like, why did you have to... That ruined the rhyme scheme. You have grades. I don't know. You know, keep your accolades or something. I don't know. Whatever.
It's a Harry Potter senior year. Senior year. We're not just kids anymore.
We're like
Senior
four
year.
Actually, Jenny, you are still technically a child in this universe.
Yeah, we've already established that Ginny should probably not be this excited.
Oh
But yeah.
man, it's my senior. Wait, it's not my senior year. I pretend it's my senior year because excitement.
Yeah. The way that this is like credited, by the way, like it's there's like, you know, like songs written by AJ Holmes, I forget like the other people, with additional songs by Darren Criss. It's like Darren gets like the additional songs credit.
Better than ever
Relegated.
before. It's a Harry Potter senior year.
Wrong side. I mean, yeah, but for a British car, that's very true.
On the
Actually.
horizon, and I know that something is made. And I've been realizing there's no one else I'd rather.
I like again Darren Criss's mic because I've had to drown that out because they need to like they can't have the music playing at the same time.
You know I'm gonna roll the scroll. Just remember when you need a
And now
friend,
suddenly the
it
king.
never ends. I'll be there.
We're at your side. Don't forget I got a hand to lend. You don't have to pretend anymore. No, don't do that.
You're the very best friend to me, and this is gonna be the very best year.
Why are both Hermione and Ginny giving the creepiest stares from the back seats?
It's a Harry Potter senior year. Senior year. We're not just kids anymore. Senior year.
Which actually, now I think about it as well, they put the two shortest cast members out of this quartet in the back seats.
Senior year. Better than ever before. This is the
Hermione
last
got
time.
I'll be the king of the school, and it's gonna rule.
This is the last time.
We gotta make it count. That's what I'm all about.
This is the magic.
Of growing up and showing up for senior year. This is the last time,
And soon all the fun will be over now.
It never lets up.
It's kind of hard to pretend I'm not
So out of place
scared.
every time.
This is the magic.
There must be something more that I should get ready for. My senior.
Alright, get back in the car! He just took a dive.
We're not just kids anymore. Senior year, senior year. There's another before. Senior year, this is the last time. We're not just kids anymore.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Again, the four-part harmony record and every
Harry,
broken
Ron,
until...
Hermione, and Ginny look out of their windshield to see Hogwarts off in the distance.
There it is, Harry. Hogwarts. God, she's
As they descend, the ride becomes very turbulent.
Ron, keep her steady, man. Don't hit the walking willow or anything. Don't. Okay, dude, I'm trying. Oh, we're going down. Hold on. To what?
And then they all died.
Every
The
time,
end.
yeah, every time we got a fade to black in this so far, it's it's been when someone's got knocked out.
Scene 3. Lights up on the smoking wreckage of the flying car, which has crashed into the herbology room of Hogwarts, completely
Oh, okay, I guess it collides with a plant.
destroying it.
Oh, whoa. Wipeout.
Ron, look what you did.
Hey, at least we crashed into the herbology room. Always hated that class. Let's get out of here before we get in any trouble.
Oh, in the name of stuffy old ninnies everywhere, what is going... Potter!
Professor McGonagall?
Look what you've done to the greenhouse! An entire crop of mandrakes destroyed! It'll take all year to grow another! Oh, and look, you killed Professor Sprout!
Oh, you killed someone. Oh
I
no!
forgot about that.
You murdered someone.
I was just thinking to myself, wouldn't Professor Sprout be here before Professor McGonagall? But I guess she was. Okay.
Well, I guess we committed manslaughter.
And Professor Sprout will never beat the other professor to the classroom ever again.
No, not even her own classroom. Well, I mean, I guess she could always just never leave it now.
For all of this.
She'll be the ghost. There is a ghost Hogwarts teacher. The history of magic teacher, Professor Binns, is apparently allegedly like left his body, and then people don't even know if he realized that he is dead.
Potter, I'll expel you.
Okay, I was about to say, what do they pay him?
I don't know. I think basically he's like someone like an automated trance, which never gets explained. But yeah, that's a good point. Maybe he just has like a bunch of envelopes of galleons just stacked up or something, and just never collects them.
Faster than a fizzing.
Hermione, it's time to use Avada Kedavra on her.
She's already killed one person. They just killed one person, Aiden. I don't think they need another one.
Tell no one. You'll tell no one about our murder.
Yeah, honestly, I'm with Aiden on this one. You know, frankly, if you kill the wrong, I am totally the person that would, in a circumstance in which I would accidentally kill someone, I would then kill every witness just to stay out of it.
You know, I'm just saying, to Avada Kedavra. Okay, I killed. Okay, now we can go. Okay, now we move the car and hide the evidence.
This is some fascinating insight to you two.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
This isn't what it looks like. You see,
Like
we
it was
couldn't have destroyed the herbology room because, well, it was like this when we got here.
Yeah.
Potter, I know I may not be as hip as Dumbledore was, but I am headmaster of this school now. I consider myself to be a very reasonable, uptight bitch. But if you haven't got a witness to back up your story, it's out of my hands, Potter.
I have 3 witnesses. I have
Oh,
3
well.
witnesses.
Well, about witness, yeah.
Well.
Oh, hi.
What a fine opportunity that has fallen straight from the sky right into my
Say
diaper
Draco
trap.
Malfoy? Oh, yeah.
Malfoy.
How fortuitous that I happen to be exploring the next room with my bilingual friend Dora.
Of course.
When
Oh, I forgot about
witnessed
this as
the
well.
entire happenings of what happened here tonight.
Oh, thank goodness, Draco. Can you please clear up this little mess?
Indeed I can. But first I'd like to point out to Mr. Potter that I now hold his fate in the palm of my tiny hand.
Malfoy, you little shit.
Don't say
And I
that.
can assure
That was one of the catchphrases from the first one. Dumbledore said to him multiple
you,
times.
Headmaster, that these fellows are entirely innocent.
What?
Don't react like this.
For the severe property damage.
Isn't it obvious? Sorry, old friend. It was Dora.
Oh, yes.
Miss Explorer.
Oh,
I am shocked. You're coming with me immediately.
you've murdered
Looks
someone,
like this
Dora.
is the end of our adventure, Dora.
You have murdered
really did
someone,
love
Dora.
We never do know what Dora's last name was. I don't think it's ever mentioned, so yeah.
Te amo también. Lo siento.
You kids had better hurry off to the Great Hall for the welcoming feast.
Dora.
Springsport, off you go.
It says that her last name is Marquez, but you
Okay.
know.
That was close.
All right, Malfoy. What's the deal?
What? Surprised that I could pin your crime on that saucy tart?
What?
I'm not denying it, I
What?
did. But she's been seeing my Paddington Bear behind my back for weeks now.
Oh, of course.
There's so much in that sentence to unpack. So
What?
much just got revealed right
As you
there.
can see, Potter, it's very dangerous to be one of my enemies. Which is why it's such a good thing that we're friends.
You know
Yeah,
what?
right, Malfoy.
No!
I'll never
Oh,
be your
God. Malfoy, rat him out! Rat him out!
Bye! All right, now, surely you chaps remember all the good times we had at
Now,
school
hold on a
together?
second. Did he just run back to the car?
No.
No, they're running to class.
Yeah, and so because he didn't get up in time to like start running immediately, Lauren accounted for that by running backwards, as in like, like, wait for me, basically, and then like
Oh.
rush back. Yeah.
Okay. I just I saw him get shoved out after everyone stops, and then they start running, and he moved back so quick that I was like, wait,
He's as fast as the car.
is it like
It is-
them
I mean,
shoving
it is-
Scrappy out of a car in Scooby Doo the movie?
I mean, it is a coincidence that they are in the same formation that they were in when they were in the car, which kind of like is a bit deceptive, I suppose. But yeah, they left the car the moment it crashed because this scene opened with the wrecked remains of the car. They can't use that anymore.
Professor Quirrell, and I destroyed that last Horcrux. Or when I traveled back in time and saved you from my evil father.
No, I don't really remember that. I was 11.
And 12, I guess. But I mean, for crying out loud, those let me stick with you. Excuse you, Harry.
Well then, surely you chaps remember our third
Well, would it stick with
Most-
him if it's Harry's life, though?
Yes.
memorable and important one. When we all went to pig farts. I did many important things that year.
Pig
We had so many clean jokes and good songs and nobody swore.
And nobody
I will
swore.
forever regret the fact that we never get to see the pig farts adventure. Clean jokes and no one swearing aside, whatever. But I mean, I want to know what pig farts is like. I want I want to see what was it? Was like Alphas Rumble Roar or something? As the headmaster.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. We found out in a Harry Potter musical that Dumbledore actually had a Horcrux of his own and was still alive and went to pig farts with Rumble Roar.
Oh my
So
god.
Dumbledore is living his life on Mars right now. So if they went to Pigfarts, they would have seen him there.
Oh,
Maybe they did see him
no, I
there.
remember that year. That year.
Well, damn.
Well, we've only got 1 year left, chaps. What do you say we bury the hatchet and enjoy it?
Be careful. Hermione
Like
will
good
stick you in a
friends
jar.
should,
Whatever, Malfoy. Just butt out, scram, would you?
As in, get your poopy butt out of here.
All right, dudes. Until next time.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Snape got called Butt Trumpet as his bully name. And now because of Malfoy's, history with diapers, he's Poopy Butt. They've become the Marauders for real.
You hang loose.
Bloody nuts! It's Harry Potter!
Seamus!
What's good? What's good? My brother. Salsers, Bowser's, Harry Potter. Oh, mind a few pics for the school paper.
Who's this? Who's this?
Oh, it's Colin Creevy, sir. First year. I just.
Colin Creevy was the first year in Harry's second year. He should be in his sixth year. But my goodness! I know I talked about the creepy stuff before, but my goodness, Hermione! Oh no!
Hermione's
oh, no.
shit.
Hermione's eyes look like they were put in like post.
I think Meredith forgot she's not playing Mega Girl anymore and does not need a permanent smile.
got sorted into Gryffindor.
I miss Mega Girl.
Oh my god!
Where is Mega
oh my
Girl?
god! And she keeps the stare as she turns her head.
This is what Luna was like, but supposedly Hermione and Luna are polar opposites in a lot of ways.
Is that so? That's what I like to hear. Hey, be sure to get on my good side, huh?
All right, Lucas.
Oh yeah, and of course in the Chamber of Secrets, Colin was a huge annoyance to Harry because he hates his fame. But of course, this is the different interpretation where that, I guess ultimately people say that is the reason that Dumbledore hired Gilderoy Lockhart was to teach Harry, what happens if fame goes to your head, what kind of person you become.
Hold on.
I can tell that kid has a long and illustrious career ahead of him.
Do you want me to tell you what happens to Colin Creevy at the end of the story?
I assume he gets killed.
He was a Death
Yeah,
Eater.
in the Battle of Hogwarts. He sneaks back and dies at 16.
All right, children, silence. Welcome one and all to another magical year at Hogwarts. Now, before I introduce this year's defense against the dark arts teacher, I would like to present this year's newly chosen head girl, Miss Cho Chang.
Howdy, y'all.
Now, I would have
It's Cho Chang, y'all.
Yeah, which by the way, I also say, this is something that the movies also got wrong. Cho Chang was meant to be a year older than Harry and crew.
Man, I didn't know we had a 9-year here too.
What?
I didn't even know they go up to 9-year.
They would go up to 8th in that case. But but yeah, there's because Hogwarts has 7 years, so they should be. But yeah, no. In the case of Cho Chang, they actually like what the line was. Well, actually, wait, no, you haven't seen the movie, so yeah. In the Order of the Phoenix, Hermione has like a whole thing about like what emotions Cho is feeling after she kisses Harry for the first time, and she mentions like she's like frightened of failing her OWLs, which is the thing that she takes in which you take in 5th year. So people think that Cho Chang got held back in her 7th year because she was in the final movie, like still in Hogwarts. But actually, if we're going by the age that she actually was, Cho Chang got held back in minimum 4th year. Let that one sink in. That's even worse.
Boy, but sadly the young man who was chosen was
For a Ravenclaw as well.
murdered at the end of last term by Fenrir Greyback. So, we cannot leave the school head boyless.
Yeah, like I told it, Greyback likes his snacks.
So for the first time, we will present the first ever Hogwarts head boy election. We have chosen 2 male candidates who will campaign throughout the first term. At the
I like that. It's like we're gonna let you elect your head boy for the first time, but you only have. But we've chosen the candidates.
That's just actually China, where they have like an election, but there's only one option.
Oh my goodness, her beloved boyfriend found himself dead. Wow. Okay. I get that. That also happened like 5 years ago, but yeah. Why head boy? Well, you're about to see for a second.
End of which there will be a school-wide vote to determine this year's head boy. So, the first candidate is none other than Harry Potter.
That's why head boy.
And Draco Malfoy.
Yes.
Draco?
That's a
With
nice
a
rhyme.
heavy heart that I
Is it? Oh, head.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that-
head boy Draco Malfoy. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Is he gonna immediately withdraw? He's gonna be like, "It's a heavy heart. I withdraw." Because I want to be friends.
civic duty. Of course, my vote will be going to Harry Potter, whom I believe to be the best man for the job.
Thank you, Malfoy. I'll be voting for myself as well.
What?
You will each be given a
You deserve to
budget of
lose. Ugh, God.
Man,
Harry, I hope you lose.
maybe Dumbledore was onto something, hiring that kid to make sure the pride doesn't get to Harry's head.
God.
dollars. Once you have settled
Dollars, not galleons.
upon a campaign manager.
Wait, they have
And
dollars?
for my
They use
campaign
dollars?
manager, I pick my
Wizards don't.
most trusted underling.
Well,
Crabbe and
neither does the
Goyle.
UK in general, to be fair.
Goyle?
Crab died. He got crabs.
Crabbe?
Me and Crab were in the room of requirements. We started a fire and Crab's dead.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so
That Dora strikes again.
okay, so that does happen in the book. They do, in fact, start a fight in the requirement, and Crabbe does die. That's true. They weren't just messing around on their own. It was when, like, during the Battle of Hogwarts, where like Malfoy, Crabbe, and Goyle, like they would corner each other. Crabbe actually betrays Malfoy, and probably, like, I think he speaks for the first time, actually, like, you know, like on, I guess, on page. And then, like, you know, says you and your dad are finished, and yeah, that doesn't last very long at all. He's also one who destroys the diadem.
Oh no. I was counting on his vote.
Friend, take heart.
Goyle's still here. That's all we care about. As long as Goyle's here, this production's on track.
I met this new guy on the train, and he seems pretty cool.
Get me from the trolley, dear.
Oh no! You kidnapped old lady. Why did you
Yeah,
kidnap
honestly,
her?
it would have made sense for us to be Blaze Zabini because like that's what they did in the movie, because like the actor for Crabbe got arrested for on terrorist charges.
Oh.
So they actually had to replace him. That's why Goyle dies in the movie. Oh, there we go. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Were the charges true?
Yeah, I think it was because he was found in possession of a homemade bomb intended for use in the London riots.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brimstone and broil. She'll have
Well,
to do.
were the London riots good or bad?
Sorry, what was that question? I didn't hear the last bit.
Were the London riots good or bad?
They were riots,
Whoa.
BB.
Yeah,
I think maybe wants to know why the reason behind them.
People
Yeah,
made
was it like
explosives for
a
use in the
decent
London
reason,
riots.
or
They were not good.
But-
Actually,
was it like for a
actually, I don't-
decent intent though?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, even if it were, the fact people like resorted to explosives or were arrested for in possession of them.
Well,
it got out
depending
of
on
hand
what
very
the
quickly.
cause was, maybe there was good, like,
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't know. I feel
what
like
was the reason?
Oh yeah, sure. What's a few bombs thrown around for a good cause? Am I right? Okay. But actually, to answer your question,
Not the
I don't
cause?
remember the reason. I don't know the reason the London riots started. They actually were a thing like before I even moved to the UK, so I didn't hear like anything about them until like after the fact. So I actually don't know what the reason was behind them.
Dang.
This is great. For a while I was worried, but without Crabbe, Malfoy doesn't stand a chance, man.
Yeah, Harry,
What do you mean without Crabbe? Everyone else is on your side currently, at least.
you got this election in the bag.
Oh, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Bloody piss! It's
Gilderoy Lockhart.
Well, better late than never to hire him, I suppose.
Yes, yes. Hello, ladies, and
Oh yeah, this was before Cursed Child.
He reminds me of the
Yeah.
This guy reminds me of the dude from Labyrinth, the rock star dude, the main villain.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
ladies.
yeah. David Bowie's character.
Children.
Yes.
I would like to present this year's Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. New York Times bestseller and all around.
Oh, it's Joey the Hurt and Ma'am.
Why, thank you, Headmaster. You're too kind for your own good and a little too foxy for mine.
That's the most famous wizard in the world, that is. Whoa, guys. I think you mean the second.
Well, Harry Potter, we meet at last. Yes, I've heard all about your heroic deeds in the past. Oh, didn't you kids hear? Harry Potter used to be cool.
Used to be cool?
What you talking about?
I guess you've all been locked
What
up in
you
this
talking
horrible
about?
school for so long that you've lost.
Oh yeah, AJ Holmes. Yeah, but who again? At this time the main songwriter for StarKid after Darren Criss left. So honestly, he is Harry Potter's replacement in some ways. It's worth pointing out that in the books and movie, Gilderoy is like really like because wants to establish a friendship with Harry very quickly, because he realizes that like their fame can promote each other, especially him.
Touch with the real wizarding world.
Yeah, but Harry just saved the real wizarding world from real Death Eaters.
Boring! I mean, how sick are we of seeing Harry Potter beat Death Eater after Death Eater after Death Eater in these long, drawn-out episodes? I mean, how many years ago
is
did the
this
Dark
like
Lord die?
commentary
5?
on the Harry Potter stories? Is that like
I
commentary
don't think so because the Death Eaters for the most part weren't even free for quite some time. They didn't appear until like halfway through the series. To be
I was wondering if that was like meant to be like commentary on the series, like if we got bored of Death Eaters.
Like it could have been, but the logistics behind it don't kind of line up. So I think this is just Gilderoy trying to rationalize, why he's cool and Harry isn't.
Here's Harry Potter still dating the same butterfaced girl since he was 12.
Which I guess he knows for reasons, but yeah.
I mean, when will it end so we can all move on with our lives?
Yeah! No!
Seamus!
Keep on me. My adventures aren't repetitive, they're familiar, and they're comforting. Besides,
I will agree with that one.
if the whole wizarding world isn't obsessed with Harry Potter, then what are they obsessed with?
Why, that would be me.
Oh,
I'm
God.
telling you, children, take one step off the grounds of Hogwarts and you know what they'll be talking about. A forbidden love between a young girl and a Dracula monster. Twilight, now a major motion picture.
Y'all stop.
Yes,
Oh, God.
the world has grown weary of Harry Potter. He's nothing more than a passing fad, entirely old hat.
Old hat? Old hat? I'm not an old. You're an old hat. How's this for an old hat, huh?
Oh, now we have a real guitar.
Hermione
Yeah.
cannot.
He's not even playing it. What are you?
That's not even funny anymore. That is rude and insensitive.
Wait, but guys,
I mean, he could have just made a new song.
come on!
God.
Those classical musical hijinks like your old pal HP, right?
I like how quickly he's like that last set of come-ons. It took no time at all before he starts losing it.
Did BB cut out for anyone else?
Oh, God damn it.
I mean,
Hello?
I hear her.
Okay, fine. Okay, well then maybe the chat will. I think I'm having issues on my end, so yeah, sure.
Oh, why anyone could strum that silly old lyre. It takes a real man to tickle the ivories.
The
They're both
ivory.
pretty popular instruments. Yeah, the ivory keys. It's like a slang term for the piano.
Oh, I thought.
Wiser than a
I don't know why I was thinking he was talking like ovaries or something. It takes a real man to tickle the ovaries.
Because you're still thinking about Greyback, I think.
I don't know.
I'll tell you who tickled Aiden's ovaries.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't have them.
I guess,
but if I did,
yeah. Oh my
if I did, you would know.
Yeah. Speaking of ovaries, do any heterosexual ladies, which probably form a very small demographic of ours, you know, be warned. Be warned about what is about to happen.
Warlock and tougher than a troll and charming as a candy cane, who's faster than a phoenix and sly as a sphinx and always set to entertain. Here to give this sagging tale a hero to employ. Look up to the skies, now look in my eyes. It's Gilderoy, who's handsome as a hobbit and manly as a mare and always gives the girls a wink. Who's funny as a ferret and quick as a quill and always sings without a lip sync. Here to rid your nostrils of that dreadful Potter boy, 'cause that smell in the air is the marvelous flair of, excuse me, Gilderoy long ago.
Okay. Grimace still went after him. You know what? I've heard. I guess like based on Ghosty's propensity for Russia from Hitelia. You know what I'll say to every queer person? Everyone gets one. everyone gets one straight crush. Those are the rules. There we go.
What I will also say, Professor, is that doesn't count because if I recall, you mentioned how you use they them pronouns in this chat before, and Jacob specifically called out heterosexual ladies.
Yeah. Then again, the channel. This was coming from. Oh wait, no, yeah, this was Festa. I might. Yeah, manly as a mare. Yeah, that's a good point as well. I mean, if we're talking about the lyrics do not make sense half the time. You're right for sure.
Oh, lived a fellow who caught your eye, hair that curls in a beautiful fro. Now it's gone and replaced with a suit and tie, dancing in a variety show. Oh, where did he go? Does he even care at all?
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was talking about himself. He's talking about Harry, but also kind of Darren in a sense. You know, dancing in a variety show. Well, I don't know if Glee counts as a variety show or not, but it's kind of, I guess, whatever.
Recently, he's been acting very queer.
Not as much as our audience have.
Every day.
Not just the audience, the hosts as well.
I do like the harmonies, or that the oohs being added for to show that they are actually entranced by this.
Isn't coming
Wings one over.
this year. Gilderoy is here to fill your short attention spans. Why look at that wonder boy when you could be looking at a wonder man? You could be looking at a wonder man. Who was Wizard of the Year?
Yeah, excuse me, he is 17. He is not a child anymore, as he said himself.
Yeah, 7 times in 7 years. Who
Johnny was just dancing along as well.
was it? Gilderoy! Conquered all his fears and made a Bogart disappear. Go on, say it. Gilderoy!
A Bogart is a thing that manifests, in the form of your biggest fear. So if you have no fears, then I guess it would show up as nothing. Yeah. Even Ginny said, that's a good point. Yeah. Ginny, hold on a second.
Gilderoy walked into Mordor and destroyed the ring. Gilderoy battled the banshee, came out a champ. Gilderoy trapped Jafar inside of a lamp. Stories.
Okay, so I will say that this is what I was saying earlier about why I put a pin on Gilderoy's thing. So he is a published author in the series. I just realized both of you are muted right now, so I'm not sure if you even here for me to talk about this. So I'm actually going to wait and talk about this later.
No, I'm here.
Wait, Brayden.
It's Gilderoy. It's Gilderoy. Give me something to sign. It's Gilderoy. All sales are final. Soon the school will be mine. It's Gilderoy.
Could have gone up there, but oh well.
Yeah, whatever. That song was okay, but check this out. I'm Harry freaking Potter. I would wince in all your judgments. I'm, Harry
That's on par with his Ginny song from earlier in this video.
You know, come on. Ow, ow. Ah, oh man, what is this? Ow, oh god, I feel something. It's not like a bummer. It's not even like it's like a
stitch.
Worse. What am I feeling?
Harry, don't listen to what Gilderoy says. Everybody likes you, even if nobody likes you anymore.
Yeah, where is Ron, by the way? He was fine with this stuff. He was on Harry's side until a second ago.
That's what it is. No, he's right. He's right, Jenny. I'm boring. I'm predictable. I keep doing the same stuff every year. I keep fighting the same dudes, date the same girl. I'm an old hat.
Well, you know what they say about an old hat. It fits like a glove.
No, I gotta shake things up. I gotta change everything. I gotta stay fresh. Have a forbidden love of my own. Then people won't forget about me ever.
I don't know that I've heard any hat sayings, honestly.
Well, I mean, I've heard tip my hat or I'll eat my hat. I've heard those two.
Sorry. We gotta break up.
I've heard I'll eat my pants.
Okay. You haven't watched enough Berenstain Bears growing up, I guess.
No.
We love each other. Don't we?
Jenny, it's not that I don't like you. It's that other people don't like me. It's nothing personal.
That says volumes.
It feels very personal.
But I'll say, just that response alone, it says so much there. Jesus Christ. But I still love you, don't you? It's not that I don't like you, but switching it from love to like, it says a lot, I think.
True, yeah.
But I need you. My body needs you.
Yeah, can you say that after you don't
Jesus.
point to your crotch, please?
I gave you 5 years of my life.
Yeah, and they were some bodacious years. We had some great times. I will never.
Ah, there you go, bodacious. See, it's see, 90s. Yeah, there you go. A little bit
There's a word I know.
Throw out all the shit you buy, but I'm sure you will never forget how hard I rocked your world.
This is it. Just like this. Just goodbye.
Jenny, this isn't
I'm being tossed out like an old hat.
like goodbye. It's just you're cramping my style.
Well, you know what, Potter? You suck.
Jenny, that's not fair. You know I'm self-conscious about that.
Oh no, okay, so he was there the whole time.
What's up her butt?
Sorry, man, but I broke up with your sister.
Yeah! Oh! This is the best news I've ever heard! Oh my god, I gotta tell you, I hated pretending to be nice to your girlfriend because I could stand my stupid little sister. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it feels so good.
I just hope she's okay.
Who cares? You're a free man. You can do anything you want. You can finally go on that date with Shou Chang, y'all.
Anything that you want to do.
Maybe, I don't know. But let's first concentrate on making sure that I'm still the most popular kid in school. Let's win that head boy election, huh?
Scene 4. Like
I'm guessing he's not going with the whole, president and loyal first lady angle of his electoral campaign. That's usually something people find quite important.
up on the girls' bathroom.
I don't know why.
Please don't let it be too real.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Again, the fourth nickel right here. The voice is perfect.
Shut up over there! People are trying to use this bathroom and they're not doing it! And I think it's your fault!
Helped by Ugly Cry 2. Okay, but do you remember the actual Moaning Myrtle, though? Which, by the way, Moaning Myrtle in the second movie, one of my favorite performances in all the movies. Moaning Myrtle in the fourth movie. Ooh. But second movie, yeah.
Dude, okay. I forget. God damn it. I forget the guy. Well, it was popular for a little bit where it was like ranking lists, but done by like just chopped up bits of like the food reviews from that one guy, and see it like ooh, strawberry jam, or like nice, or like does anyone remember these? These aren't old. Like, I just forget what they're called.
Are you referring to tier lists?
No. But it was done. Well, yes, but it was done specifically with this meme format, where it was like the food review guy, and his reviews were like cut up into like bits, so you would have like all of his opinions, and they would like represent the different things. Or like he's like, oh, strawberry sauce again. And then he goes in for a big bite, and then he mimes throwing up, and he's like, yeah!
I can't think of like one like concrete individual food reviewer that we know as the food reviewer guy. So I'm lost here, unfortunately.
I'm just heartbroken.
Poor baby! Harry Potter's girlfriend's sad because she's still alive. Does baby want some wine with that cheese? F you!
That's just it. I'm not Harry Potter's girlfriend anymore. I might as well be dead.
Well, don't do it here! The last thing this castle needs is a whiny bitch stuck in the hallways and the bathrooms! And your voice is annoying!
Okay. Diary time. Okay. Dear diary, it's me, Jenny.
Dear diary, allow me to write with my entire fist. Not recommended. In fact, I did that as a child, and that's one thing that they actually like trained me to not do anymore, because it wasn't, it wasn't good.
Today, my whole world fell apart. My boyfriend dumped me. Well, you know what?
You know what? Maybe that's why I didn't write Dumbo in the Storm. Maybe my hand just hurt all the time when I tried to write myself.
I am done with him. I hate him. Do you hear me, diary? I hate Harry Potter!
Tell me about it.
Who said that?
Somebody who understands you, Ginny. Somebody who knows what it's like to be filled with hate.
Because you can't feel love canonically.
I'm a journal.
Oh, we're going with a Die the Wimpy Kid reference.
Not
Okay.
a diary. Diaries are for girls. But yes,
I like how the first page is like fully written in.
Ginny, I'm a magic diary. Shit, journal. I'm a magic journal.
Oh wait, that is like the actual text in there. Just the I hate Harry Potter thing. She wrote it on the first page of a diary she's been writing in. Well, she wrote in before, I guess, at breakfast time at least.
Enchanted with the spirit of its former owner.
Harry?
No.
But Harry gave it to me.
Read your name on the cover, stupid.
Oh. Okay. Tom.
That's the back, not the cover. Oh, well, sorry, it's the back cover. Yeah, sure. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, just skip that name. It's a made-up name for this letter rearranging trick. You'll find out later. Just go to...
That is true for the real world, but yeah.
Go to the next name.
It's his grandfather's name.
Oh. Rydell.
Yeah. Tom Riddle. I'm a piece of his soul, separated from the whole and bound to this diary. Shit! Journal! Bound to this f***ing journal!
Oh, but what do you want, diary?
To help
Did
you,
you say journal?
Ginny. That's what journals are for. See, I once was like you. Alone. Angry. The world had turned its back on me.
Oh, what did you do, diary?
Let me show you in a magic flashback. It all started when I was a boy. An orphan.
When I was a boy.
Lights
Yeah.
down on Ginny, lights up on the magic flashback. We find ourselves at
Oh, magic
Wool's
flashback.
orphanage many years ago.
I think you'll find Wool's Orphanage is a first-rate establishment. We have 7
is
different
one of my
breeds
favorite
of
things, I think.
orphan, including street urchin, rosy-cheeked, delightfully small, and one little evil telekinetic antichrist.
This must have been Technoblade's favorite place on Earth.
Now, what was it you were interested in today, Mr.
Dumbledore! Albus Dumbledore!
This was his
And
Disneyland.
Stuffy! Hmm.
But you can call me Dumpy or Big D.
Was of an orphan boy. Yeah, because like that was actually because that was the line from his first song when he like revived.
When I was a boy, an orphan boy, I like to move my feet.
You know, the D stands for my doctorate. I'm a professor at a school for very magical children. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God,
I mean,
yeah.
very regular children.
Oh. Well, you're in luck, Big D, because we have plenty of those in stock. Follow me.
Yeah, well, just listen, Dollface. I'm here to see one little cutie in particular. That, Tom Riddle. I think he might be just right for our school.
Tom Riddle? Suit yourself. But I warn you, this boy's a monster. Thomas, you have a visitor, Professor Dumbledore.
How do you do, Tom?
Professor?
He kind of reminds me like his like in the darkness. He reminds me of the way that like Edward Scissorhands is kind of portrayed.
Mm-mm. A little bit, yeah. Well, also the face doesn't help because they had to give him Voldemort makeup for reasons that will come later. He did not look like this as a child. I will say for Voldemort's credit. He wasn't quite a literal monster. But yeah. Putting him in darkness. Gerard way Voldemort. Oh, good grief.
Like a doctor. So they've come here to take a look at me, have they? Well, there's nothing wrong with me.
Just stop shouting, Mr. Man. He's from a school. He might just take you off my hands, you filthy little heathen.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cole. I think I can take it from here. Now get the hell out of here, please.
Not sure what you're implying with this one here.
Why don't you get out of here, too? You're not gonna want me. She's right, you know. I'm evil.
You are not evil, Tom.
Yes, I am. Mrs. Cole told
Yes,
me
he is.
that my mommy died when I came out of her tummy. The first thing that I ever did was kill somebody.
Well,
I've heard that line in like nearly every like from nearly every character who is whose mother has died in childbirth. Like they always say that.
Tom, you know, sometimes...
No. Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia never said that.
He said it off screen. They said it off screen. Well, okay, well Leia didn't know, in all fairness. Luke might have had an idea.
Okay, sure. Sky, what's your excuse for Sky? Leia find out later, but sure. What about Skywalker?
He said to Aunt Beru one day after, like, you know, moisture farming.
Sometimes you accidentally kill your family. There's nothing to
Yeah.
beat yourself up about. Hey,
They actually, Dumbledore actually says something similar in The Crimes of Grindelwald, which came out after this. He doesn't say it in nearly as casual a way, but it's still referencing the same event.
listen. You know who accidentally Accidentally killed his sister while he was in a fight with his boyfriend? This guy right here.
Yeah, again, they weren't dating in the book, but yes, that did happen. And he was also fighting with his brother as well. And no one knows who fired the spell that killed her. You can't spell Voldemort without emo, I guess.
Oh, yeah, tons of times. But it doesn't make me bad. And it doesn't make you bad. There are just some things you don't know about yourself yet.
Dumbledore is very keen on anyone who hasn't killed before not killing anyone because it splits the soul. So,
all you need is a big, strong hand to put you on the right path. Tell me, Tom, do you ever feel like you're a little bit different from the other little boys? Uh-huh. Sometimes you can make extra special.
From the Sons, but it kind of sounds like canon Dumbledore and fuck, Headmaster and Evil Guy, Dumbledore and Voldemort. It kind of sounds. Their canon relationship, from the little bit that I've heard from you and the little bit that I think I'm getting from this, kind of reminds me of Master Shifu and Tai Lung.
honestly, kind of without so much favoritism, really, because actually, as Tom Riddle grew up, Dumbledore was the only one who kept tabs on him, was suspicious of his actual activities. But at first, it was a little bit like that.
Things happen. Silly fun things.
Well, I know silly fun.
Sometimes when I'm really happy, I can shoot sparkles out of my fingers.
Yes! You know what that means, Tom? That means you're a magic boy.
What?
That means you're a magic boy. Those sparkles from your hands, that's magic. You're a wizard, Tom.
Oh boy, I knew I was special.
And you are gonna come with me, and I'm gonna take you to a magical school for wizards with a silly name. You wanna know the name? It's Hogwarts.
That's funny.
And in Hogwarts, the professors are giant people and tiny people and werewolves and cats. And we play games.
All true, but not quite this time period.
All we learn how to do is sing and dance.
Yay!
I don't know about that one. There's definitely homework for Hogwarts.
Tom, look at that sparkly magic. You look as gay as the 4th of July.
Yay! I'm magic. I'm gay.
Me too. Tom, from this moment forward, you're turning over a new leaf. Now you are a boy, an orphan boy.
There it is
and
again.
Deep inside of you, a broken soul, a gaping hole has left you feeling blue.
It's faster than the interpretation we had before, but it's the same melody and some of the same lyrics.
But you're not like the other boys. You've got that magic flair. 'Cause when you start to sway, you get carried away, and no one can compare. I've been watching you play. I've been listening to the things that you say. And I've come to tell you today, you're no ordinary blighter. You've got a broken heart. You keep reaching inside to tear it apart. But I'm here to give you a brand new start and to make your spirit brighter.
This actually also reminds me of the Aladdin song we haven't heard yet, his intro.
I will say, I like it. This is not, to be clear, I don't think this song counts as jazz, but there are tiny bits of jazz influence with some of the delivery of some of these lines, and I quite like that.
The Dumbledore is Santa or he's sus. Pick. I think we know which one is the answer. But also, what I was saying before, if people have heard a bit of, I'm assuming that our chat has seen Twisted. We'll get to that later. But this song sounds very similar to that Aladdin song I mentioned earlier. But that song is called "I Steal Everything," I think. So kind of makes sense for Aladdin. It's kind of in character.
To laugh and jeer. I know a secret way you can make them disappear. You've got that talent, kid, so here is your chance. They might not understand, but just stick to the plan and show them all it's time to dance. Always dance, always dance. Though they'll try to stop you, always dance. Shut your mouth and stop your yapping. Take your foot and set it tapping.
Yeah, that's, by the way, another example. You know what? This wasn't on this channel, but if people don't know, we reviewed the Music Freaks on this like episodes 1 through 3 on this channel, and continued on my main. And one of the things that Aiden mentioned in one of those that I was going to point out to him if he was still here, but I guess not, is that
yeah, he's been quiet for way too long to be still here.
Yeah, but I'll say it anyway. So it's on the record. Aiden seemed to have an issue with the fact that like the Music Freaks, it doesn't take place like a long time period, right? It's it's one of those shows that like ran on for a long time because the episodes didn't come out very quickly, but like the actual time frame is very small when you actually sit down and watch the whole thing. And so therefore, like the slang that was introduced like later on down the line would not have been used in that way. To which he used the word yapping as an example, and talking about Aiden being confidently wrong in other examples. That was one of the cases where everyone got his case immediately because he thought that yapping was like a at the time, I guess, last year introduced thing. I think it was like 2024, so 2023 been introduced.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
it made a resurgence around that time.
It made a resurgence, but it's always been a word. Like anything like it was used in the context that only the past year would have accounted for. But really, no, it's always meant the same thing, and it's always been used the same way. So
yeah, I don't know.
It's not anachronistic at all.
No, yeah, I mean, like I know dogs a lot of times will be referred to like as yapping.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, okay. Another example. Very similar type of photo, but that's what I was saying earlier. When I was said like that when I was a boy, an orphan boy. That's that song. That's To Dance Again, and they use the same rhythm and some of the same words at the beginning up until the point where the beat drops and the tempo increases. It was the same melody and some of the same lyrics. That's what I was saying before.
So it doesn't. It doesn't really show us the duration like YouTube would, but not much. I'll tell you that much.
It doesn't. Okay. What BB means is that it doesn't show us the actual timestamp. I cut this video specifically to like end after this song because I thought it was a good point to end like this to like cut Act 1. So not the actual halfway point because that's actually even further down the line because we yap a lot, obviously. But yeah, I thought this would be a good place to wrap up for today.
We're chronic
magic boy, so neat and twirl and prance, and Tommy always dance.
Are you ready to go to Hogwarts?
I've been waiting to go for how long I really don't know. But one look at you and I know that you would never fool me. I've been living a lie ever since I made my poor mommy die. I've been softly wondering why they all choose to ridicule me.
When all the other boys start to laugh and jeer, I know a secret way I can make them disappear. You've got that talent, kid.
This is my chance.
They might not understand, but just stick to the plan and show them all it's time to dance. Always dance, always dance. Though they'll try to stop you, always dance. Shut your mouth and stop your yapping. Take your foot and set it tapping.
I was born a magic boy. I leap and twirl and prance.
Though Tommy, I always dance. Slytherin! Wait, Tom. Your sorting is not done yet. The scarf of sexual preference.
Oh, interesting. I could see you going a number of ways.
That's not an answer, Scarfy. Get back here. Also, it's worth pointing out that because Voldemort because Voldemort is incapable of understanding or really feeling love, he is technically the ace representation in Harry Potter.
God, I'm so sorry, our age community.
Yeah. Which is also one of the reasons why it's also even worse the fact that he has a daughter in the Cursed Child. Because, like, I mean, what happened to that? One of the only, I guess, confirmed LGBT characters in Harry Potter. But oh well.
Right. I guess he technically doesn't need to feel love to have intercourse. I guess he could have had
true.
a one-night
I guess
stand.
I think the motivation actually was that he wanted an heir of some kind, which is also redundant for him because he planned to live forever. And as I point out to Aiden, when he says that angels could have children, fallen angels, why would they? They're immortal. They don't need to replicate the species. They don't need a legacy. They will live forever. But yeah. So that's what I was saying before about like with Bellatrix. Because of course it was Bellatrix, because the Cursed Child is poorly written fanfiction.
Hello there.
Hi.
My name is Luke.
Then again, even StarKid themselves made made out so that as if Voldemort and Bellatrix were a thing.
But you can call me Louis. When I grow up, I want to be a rocket.
And go to pig farts, I guess. Like his son would eventually.
And I'm Trixie. I like Hogwarts because there's lots of nice friends to make.
See, the thing is that Quirrell and Voldemort, technically, they have obviously physically slept with each other multiple times because they had to.
I will also know how does Harry Potter define love? Because if Dumbledore and Voldemort's meeting was as joyous as this, then I gotta be honest, I feel like this is like it's obviously not romantic love, but like
yeah, because that would be highly inappropriate.
No,
It's
right,
like
but there's
paternal
other
love
forms
almost.
of love. So are we
I'd say
talking romantic love or
in the instances that I was describing up until you mentioned Dumbledore and Tom, yes, I was talking about romantic love. In the case of the example that
no,
you
right? But
brought
how
up,
does Harry
no.
Potter define it? Because if it says that he cannot feel love, I have to question the specifics about that. Because before I just took it at face value, but now that I see this scene, I question that a little.
Yeah, like that. Like I don't like he barely even comments on people's achievements. So like that he just sees everyone as beneath him like all the time. So he doesn't feel love for anyone. It's just that they are a means to an end in all circumstances.
So is it a musical thing, or does he actually have in his childhood like a decent camaraderie with Dumbledore?
Well,
is that a musical thing, or is that from the source material?
I've already answered that. Remember, I said that Dumbledore's the one who like kept tabs on him, was like he kept like doing his antics from that point. That's why they were like a Shifu and Tai Lung thing for very long. That's what I was referencing.
Right, but how does Voldemort view? Because if Voldemort doesn't know about the tabs and all that, then that's not really relevant to how Voldemort views him.
I never said he didn't know about it.
Are you making fun of me?
No! You want to be friends?
Also, yeah, that's Bellatrix again.
Yes! What a man!
We'll see how much of a man you are. Care for a friendly dance-off?
I get the feeling that you were not here before, but yeah, we talked.
We
a little
did
bit
already
about
discuss
the
this,
weird
yeah.
implications about from the idea of Harry Potter and love potion sexual assault in general, along with the multiple insinuations it makes with the fact that Voldemort exists as he does.
So we shouldn't bring it up again because we've been here for hours.
Well, I also just mentioned this because I don't think they were here earlier, so we did talk
No,
about that
no,
earlier,
they
so
weren't.
feel free.
It's a different username. Nah, come on. You got to.
That's pretty good. But can you do this?
There it is.
Look at his style. Look at him go.
Hello, final.
Watch his technique.
Check out his flow.
Yay! I'm saying that's Goyle Senior.
Right, I would say he shouldn't be here.
Technically, neither should Lucius Malfoy. They were different generations of Hogwarts students, which was actually pointed out because it was suspected that Lucius Malfoy opened the Chamber of Secrets before Draco did. That's one of the original investigations that Harry and Ron do. I would say with Hermione as well, but she kind of was turned into a partial cat by then, so she wasn't really involved. Which again, another example of her breaking the rules, by the way. Sneaking 2 boys into a girl's bathroom to brew a potion that they shouldn't. That takes a month to make, and they shouldn't even be brewing in school, and stole potions from the supplies as well. Book Hermione, everyone. But yeah, Draco confirms that it was 50 years ago. It was before Lucius's time. So yeah, that different generation entirely. I just love the fact that some people just poking around from backstage, not in costume.
He was born a magic boy, so the event world and past. Always.
Must be sweating profusely without uniform and makeup and lighting.
So, you see, Ginny, when the world sucks, just dance. And the world always sucks.
The painting said, "Oh,
so
maybe."
Always dance. Dance with me.
Also, I love that line: "When the world sucks, just dance. When the world always sucks, so always dance." That's nice.
You've got the talent, kid, so you're my nominee. They might not understand, but you will dance with me.
Oh, those are they
Always.
There needs to be a Jamie Lynn Beatty and Meredith Steppium face compilation
Dance.
of just this musical.
Always dance. Though they'll try to stop us. Always dance.
I like young Voldemort singing so much more than older Voldemort.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, he was definitely very raspy.
His voice is just so much more attractive when he was younger.
And he himself was more attractive when he was younger. Well,
I guess, but I don't even think he was all that ugly in the musical version as full grown ancient Voldemort. I just think his voice was a bit much.
Yeah. No, I mean he was described as having good looks before the Horcruxes, and how as he destroyed his body and became the noseless entity that we all know. As we already know, Ginny gets first by one way to see it happen, unlike in the movies. Well, if you saw it happen in the movies or in the books for that matter, it would have given away the twist of what happened, so that's why you couldn't see it. But here, of course, because this was made for people who already know the story, as most parodies are, so they can afford to do this.
So step into my trance. Always, always, always. Damn.
I think I mentioned once that you know, back when I used to hate playing villain characters in theater, and then I played a villain character for like 1 year in theater, and I was like, okay, this is not so bad. Ultimately,
They're
being bad
so
isn't so bad
fun.
if it's on stage. Yeah, they are so fun. And then the next year,
Oh, well,
on
okay.
in right at the right at the end there. But yeah,
Didn't
like,
even
the
announce
year
it.
after that, I played a villain again, and his sketch might have timed out, honestly. And then
Fair.
that year I performed like a dance routine where like I had to like I possessed like everyone. So I was there just having like the time of my life, you know, like da, 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 like that, and everyone was going, you know, and me was like, doing this, they were doing this. Yeah. Honestly, it was really fun. That was barely a performance. I was just having a time of my life right there.
No, the thing is, playing villains is just God. It's so it's so euphoric. You get to do things as villains that you just ordinarily don't get to do.
Yeah. The same
And
when
most
people
of
play
those things we would really like to do at some point.
the same people that the same idea of people like playing evil campaigns in something like, you know, tabletop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I'm around, in which case just being in close proximity to my character will eventually turn everyone good. But yeah. What was I was gonna say earlier, Gilderoy Lockhart, before I forget. What I was gonna say to you and Aiden. His whole deal is that he is a published author in the books, and but he obviously had like he writes his you know, his original works basically of events that actually did happen. The twist for him is that he's actually taking credit for things that other wizards have done. He's interviewed them, but then his one gift is he's good at memory charms, so he obliviates them and then takes credit for their actions. So there's verifiable proof that these events actually happened, but not that he was the one that did them. That's his account of things. So that's why my favorite joke of this is like him taking credit for like young adult novels that people know. It's like The Hunger Games by Gilderoy Lockhart. It's like instantly everyone knows what that's about.
Right. So here's a question then, because this happens quite a bit in fiction, right? So you'll have, like, for instance, you have a Game of Thrones adapted from A Song of Ice and Fire. At the tail end, you have them pull out a giant book titled Song of Ice and Fire, which has obvious implications, right? You have the end of Hunger Games, where you have Katniss like, you know, one day maybe I'll write down my experiences for you, and she's talking to her kid, and it's like, okay, obviously, because the series is all first person, it all makes sense. Obviously, implications there. Question: does Gilderoy fit into that same trope with Harry Potter, or is that not an opportunity they took?
Gilderoy does not fit into that trope in the original like canon of the series. That's not.
Do they go back and retcon that like the other two examples I just gave though? In like the movies or something.
No, and in fact, in the wider scope of the Harry Potter fandom, there was a theory that was prevalent for some time that that J.K. Rowling is actually Rita Skeeter, because Rita Skeeter actually does document the life of Dumbledore later on. Which, by the way, I will forever regret the fact that like the life and lives of Albus Dumbledore never got like actually released in any form. I guess because it was
that sucks.
It was described as being 800 pages long. So that's probably why.
That didn't stop George R. R. Martin. Instead of finishing the main series, he decided to write a history textbook called Fire and Blood and a few others.
Sure, but like but George R. R. Martin had other stuff that he wanted to like address in the story. We got like the main parts of Dumbledore's life in the Deathly Hallows. So I guess that's probably why.
Okay.
Okay, and those are just like the extra thoughts at the end. So, very Potter senior year. I haven't watched this in quite some time. Forgot about a lot of things. Forgot that Dora was in this briefly. I forgot like every
Yeah, let's
line
say,
of
despite
Malfoy has,
this
like,
being the
so
most
much,
recent thing, despite this being more recent than the other two, I feel like you remember less about this one.
Probably because I've gone back to it fewer times. I guess because like the format of it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to I guess, like, watch casually like the other ones. Then again, the other ones have the problem of not being able to make out what they say. In this one, you can make out what they say. This video was they StarKid recently in 1080p, so they've improved the image quality as well. Of course, the trade-off is that certain microphones had to be accounted for to make the dialogue audible. But
exactly one microphone.
yes, and it was the main character. Kind of like how I only got the lines from the main character for the upcoming remake yesterday. So I've been scrambling ahead with scenes. I got trapped in an elevator today, and I spent that time while I was trapped in there editing lines for the Mutant Girl. So I forgot to post that short. I was going to post a short today about that, so maybe I'll put that on both channels since I mentioned it here now. Yeah. My bottom's alive right here. Oh, whoa, wait. I'm not gonna put that on screen. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to what to do with Gilderoy in this version sometime in the future.
Yep.
Yeah. But this one establishes there's honestly the need for a Gilderoy character. In the original version, Dumbledore arguably didn't need to worry about Harry's fame because he always hated his fame. Like he never like that's something that always bothered him. So Gilderoy being the exact opposite of that just, further cemented what he already had in his mind. So but of course Dumbledore didn't quite know that because, I said that he kept tabs on Tom Riddle. It was more of a case that he was like suspicious of him and, didn't let him get away with like the outward trouble that he would have caused otherwise. It's not like he's like actively spying on everyone as much as the first as much as the first book implies that he is omniscient. He is
right. It definitely sounded like you're just describing him spying.
Yeah. So poor phrasing on my part. Yeah. I mean, you could say Dumbledore like gets visibly nerfed quite quickly in the series, but I think it was more of a case of that was the illusion that he gave. So I give it some leeway. Yeah. As for this version, yeah, of course, like the difference between like that Harry Potter and this Harry Potter night and day. Ultimately, the biggest difference between the two versions here is Harry Potter himself and like the domino effect from there. Not to say there isn't more, because Snape is, of course, not. Snape, of course, wouldn't have died that recently, nor would Harry have even returned. I reckon if Rosie Closey also did a Harry Potter senior year type of thing, but where he actually returned after the Battle of Hogwarts, which we never got to finish because she deleted it before we actually got a chance to review the rest of it. But oh well, this will be here, and in fact, one of the things they say is that these will be around long after like the huge days of Pottermania were behind us, which was kind of what they're preparing for. But we'll get to that some other day. For now, thank you all for watching, and let us know your thoughts of liking or disliking, and leaving your comments on hopefully non-spoilery things that we've missed out on in here. And we'll see you all soon enough in another Potter Bunch video. Doodle pip. And always dance.
That's